Chris. There are too many people here today and too many ailments here today. We've got a limping Greg Cody who's fiddling with the microphone already.
A limp-in.
A limping Greg Cody who's... Billy, you can't applaud that.
It's a good joke.
Thank you, Billy.
Because he's limping. Olympian.
Thank you, Billy. That's my man right there.
You get it?
Yeah.
I don't think he got that.
You don't get it. He needs an explainer.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this guy.
I want to ask why you're limping, but I got Zaz has just bombed in from Europe because he hasn't talked sports in 10 days.
Oh,
and
let's go.
He's dying to talk Panthers. He's dying to talk Dolphins. He fired Mike McDaniel 3 times. From where? From Europe? From which part of Europe?
I mean, I'm walking the streets of Paris, and you know about that Mike McDaniel? Like, oh my God, fire him, right? Didn't get much response.
That's been your take for 4 days from across the seas. Got to fire him. And look, even Tony's disgusted by how common your
It's like
takes
they don't
are.
care over there. You're wasting great takes on people that don't give a shit about you,
I don't
Zaz.
understand. They only do soccer there?
Boring. What do they do?
What? That's it? They just
Nobody
do
works
soccer?
there either. Nobody works there. They're always walking around the streets. Go work. Go do something.
They do hoops.
What?
Yeah.
Not the NBA.
They have, arguably the best player in the league.
I mean, so you think they're
in a
staying
couple
up until, 1 a.m. to watch NBA games? It was very difficult for me adjusting to the time. You know about time zones, right, Dan? You know how that works? It was really difficult adjusting. Every game I wanted to watch starts at 1 a.m. I'm tired by the end of the day, Dan. Lots of walking.
Why are we sending all these football games over there if they don't care about them?
Hey, great question, Billy. Why are we playing our football games over there? What? I'll never know.
He's an expert now in Europe because he's been there one time. We've got Chris Cody. I don't know. Are you a caddy today? What are you?
What up, Lebitz? What up, Dope?
What is that?
I'm a frat guy.
What?
I'm giving everybody nicknames. What up? Why? RB.
Wait, is this a punishment?
Coates, Jay-Z over here. What's good, guys?
What's going on?
Wait, are you dressed as a punishment? I know we're Shadow Show, so we're painting a picture here, but...
I'm a frat boy.
What?
Everyone thinks I'm going to play golf, but I'm a frat boy.
That's a punishment?
Wait, this is a punishment?
The nicknames.
You look like you always dress.
Yeah, well...
You look like you on the golf course. This is what I imagine that you look like if you're... This is you dressed up for Doral.
Classic Lebitz.
So your punishment is just to, use frat boy lingo?
Ruizy.
Okay.
It's not like it's punishments to bother people.
I'm curious what fraternity you're in.
GC. I haven't decided yet. Still applying.
Roy
GDI.
has the worst punishment I've heard.
Yes, I am doing Greg Watch. I'm supposed to make sure that he is working at an optimal level. As you just heard, he was coughing, so I will be getting up and getting him water in a second. If he's too far away from the mic, I will adjust it for him. And
This is what UD is
Let the
doing?
record stay
What
here.
are these punishments? This is
UD's
terrible.
overseeing
Man,
this?
that's a terrible punishment
good
Roy's
punishments.
saddled with.
No, Roy chose this. He's got to dote on Greg Cody all show. I think
like
it's
I don't
that.
like that.
It's almost like a personal assistant I've been dreaming about.
You said you wanted a staff. Now Roy's punishment is he's agreed to be your staff.
I got a one-man staff.
No, he
Let's
wanted
do
a
it.
walking stick.
Hey, fellas.
I got one of those.
If we don't like the optics of this, me and Roy can switch.
What?
I mean, I could just tell by there's some optics things.
There is. It was brought up during the meeting.
Well, what's the problem?
Winners on face off, now the time is here. Mix them up and you're changing on the fly. Hit checks, hat tricks are gonna make them cheer. Got the block turned to chirping riding high. Now it's time for action. Tonight's gonna burn this bar right up. Slap shot will like the lamp so nice. Let's go for a breakaway on the chase to raise the cup. We'll be standing on our heads till we need them at center ice. Hockey is back, Jack. Hockey is back, Jack. Hockey is back, Jack. Baby, and we'll be you at center ice.
Billy, I hate to ask you this way in front of everybody, but I need your help today. There's too much going on, and I cannot also have it be Wild Billy Wednesday. I need your genuine help.
I'm here, man.
No, we've got Greg limping. We've got
Olympian.
We've got Roy signing up for a punishment he should not have signed up for that now has to dote on Greg Cody. We've got Chris Cody with the easiest punishment there's been.
DLB.
Because he's a frat guy.
We've got Zaz in from Europe dying to talk about the Panthers. And the Panthers.
Hey, everyone.
The Panthers got me watching shorthanded goals in Philadelphia to see if they're going to go 82-0 with their two guys down because hockey has infected this market. I don't like the way any of this looks.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, Panther hockey is back. Tonight's the opener. I get to sit and watch the game tonight. I haven't seen a single game. This is the opening game of the season tonight. For me.
You haven't watched in Europe? Why didn't you follow? Are you taking the regular season for granted?
I followed. Believe me, Dan, it was the first thing I did when I woke up every morning in that godforsaken country over there in Europe.
Now you're talking.
What can I see over there that I can't see in Cooper City? Now, I checked my phone immediately upon waking up, but I miss the Panthers. I'm very excited to be able to sit and watch them uninterrupted. And you know what? We'll probably make the Zaslow Mansion family room tonight, Dan, a serious room. You know how I do in the playoffs. Playoffs are serious room. First game of the season, tonight, serious room.
I don't understand. The first game started like at 5. You could have watched that one.
Well, so it was 10 p.m. for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's so late.
Well, yeah, I was really tired.
Are you a baby?
I was really tired. You know,
Are you a Panthers fan or not a Panthers fan?
You know
fan?
how flying works?
Yeah.
You know how flying works?
Well, you were flying. You were in a plane. You were sitting. You didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, and sometimes there's this thing called jet lag where then I have to wait the entire day to go to sleep. I have to fight. I have to power through that. You wouldn't know, okay? Because first you get the money, then you get the power. And that's where I am right now. I got the money. Now I'm getting the power. And with the money, you travel. And that's why I was in Europe. You'll learn one day. Maybe. I don't know. I can't predict the future.
What do you do with the power?
You get the respect.
You buy it.
However you got to do it,
That
Greg.
is the order that it happens.
However you got to do it.
That's brought to you by Scarface and Zaz, who's not even suffering a punishment. This is just his style now from Europe.
Yeah, I'm wearing a beret from Paris.
Yeah, I'm not going to do this.
You're wearing a beret?
A beret from Paris.
And so, Billy, I've got Chris has the stinky punishment. Roy has an offensive punishment. Tony's got a lot of opinions on a lot of different things.
Which is our punishment.
And Jeremy badly wants to get on the show. He's not even working today, but baseball is crazy. He wants to talk baseball, and everyone secured some rights through John Tesh yesterday to music we want to have, and now we can finally have music on the program that is good. Like Jeremy wants to make music for our show inside of the show based on music that we have. Can you guys explain to me what he's trying to do from the other room in the bullpen? Because he's not even supposed to be working today.
I mean, he just showed up here, to your point, and said baseball, music, and baseball. And I said, get out. And now he's in the other room, and I don't know what the hell he's going to do.
Mike is ready to talk that the Mariners are America's team because the Dodgers they've got the best players from Japan and the best payroll and all the best hitters and all the best pitchers. And surprised, they're built for the postseason, and they're running everybody down. Mike's a Mariners fan today.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment all my life here to go up 3-0 in the ALCS. I mean, all the years of torment following this team. But, Dan, you mentioned that the Mariners are America's team. That's a given. Going into a World Series potentially against the Dodgers, America gravitates to the underdog in these situations. It's much bigger than that. Let's not be so myopic. They are Asia's team. Even though the biggest Japanese superstar in the history of the game, arguably, is playing for the Dodgers, this Mariners franchise is Japan's team because of Ichiro. This is super close to Japan, geographically speaking. This is bigger than America. This is about Asia.
It's the real World Series now is what you're saying?
That's why they call it the World Series.
Zigak.
They're only up 2-0 at the moment, but the
I know,
3-0's on the horizon.
potentially.
Yeah.
Why is George Kirby's over-under on strikeouts just 4.5? It was 7.5 last time.
It's always tricky.
He got like 6 strikeouts one time, only throwing 66 pitchers. Guys, I know an ace when I see one, Jack.
Well, when you say you know an ace when you see one, the part that the Dodgers have that's unfair is that Glasnow goes for them tonight, and they've got another ace. They've got 3 aces. Nobody gets 3 number ones. They've got 3 number ones, maybe 4, and maybe Ohtani doesn't need to pitch.
Ohtani's pitching game 4. They
But
announced.
I'm just saying that this team is the most overwhelming, expensive roster there's ever been. They've got all the star players and all the ways to beat you.
I heard something. Roy, can you help Greg? You're on Greg Watch, and his computer just made a noise. You're already
Wait a
failing.
minute, time out.
I don't think that was Greg.
No, because I'm looking at my volume right now. It is 0.
Yep, not Greg.
This
I knew
is on
it.
Bell's.
What about the
phone?
I
Oh,
don't know,
my
but
phone.
you're on Greg Watch.
Hang on.
GC, it was definitely your phone.
It was my phone.
Why does Greg have 3 cups of coffee around him? It seems like a lot.
I earned it, Billy.
All right, got what I earn.
Exactly.
I was talking to Greg before the show, Dan, and he gave me a life hack that I feel like he should impart with everyone. That was a great life hack.
And
I hate to give this away for free, but I'm going to.
Okay,
Maybe
sorry.
save
I'm
it for your
going to.
podcast, GC.
You know what? I should.
No, just say we're here
Okay,
already.
I got a million life hacks. I'll give you one right now. Who uses a K-cup here? Who makes coffee with a K-cup? Admit
This
it.
guy.
Okay, admit it.
Yeah. We were talking before because I was using the Nespresso machine, putting in a pod, and Greg, I was telling him, like, you don't strike me as an espresso
What's wrong
guy.
with a K-cup?
Well, hold on a second. We're getting there. I was just saying, it seems like Greg is a guy that's just like the classic drip coffee,
Yeah.
and then he imparted some wisdom on me.
Right. I'm a man's man. Men's men drink real coffee. So the life hack.
I don't know what that means.
The life, and nor
You
do you
wouldn't.
Nor do you want
wouldn't.
to.
Yeah,
No,
exactly
he wouldn't. That's right,
He wouldn't
Billy.
know.
Sissy.
The life hack is that you can use a K-cup more than once. Okay. You don't just fill up your cup and then throw away the K-cup.
I'm pretty sure they're one serving.
You
GC.
definitely do
That is
No, they're
historically cheap.
No, you guys
not.
don't get
That
it.
is new levels of cheapness.
That's a white team move right
There's
there.
some barons in this room, it seems, that are wasteful with their coffee.
If you use the second, and if you pour it in a glass cup, you see what I mean. Naturally, the first use of the K-cup is the stronger one. But if you don't mind a mild coffee, you get double the pleasure out of a K-cup. It's
can't
amazing.
believe this.
That's
Life
trash.
hack.
That's trash, dog.
That is bad.
Everything
dude.
okay at home, Greg? You need money or?
Right now, the K-cup
Look,
industry
is
is aghast.
the
because I
Recession
revealed this.
indicator
Guys,
right here.
The Codys are trashy. Come on.
We are. My
Come
dad saved soap scraps.
Wild Bill?
Yeah, he did.
Individually, or would he put it together and make a super soap?
Well, you can melt it and shape it, but
Yeah.
you go into my dad's bathroom growing up, and there would be like 10 or 12 little scraps, little shards of soap that had been, ground down into pumice. Lava. We were a big lava family.
Is that so?
Oh yeah. Your hands are dirty, like they're in mud.
Great
They're
commercial.
dirty, and you use lava soap.
They always use a construction worker's hands.
Yes, as well they should.
I hate that part, Greg, of the hotel industry where before you would go, you get the individual bars of soap and you get the little shampoos and conditioners. And
Right.
honestly, you were a fool if you would leave those behind. Those are just going to get discarded as it is. So you take those home for a rainy day, and then you have the soaps. You can make the super soap out of them.
Yes.
No longer. Now they have fixed the soaps and the conditioners to the
I
wall
don't like that.
as though
No,
you're
I
in
hate
prison.
that.
I don't
hate
like that.
Me neither.
I kind of like that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
I never
I can use
Why?
as much as I want. I can
You
just
know,
bam, 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 bam,
No,
bam,
but
bam.
it's hard because they put it where I dispense the soap in my hand, and then I gotta it's a maze where I gotta then move my hands around where the water's coming out.
Right.
You know?
Plus,
Yeah.
that first push down, it shoots out of there.
I'm not trying to do gymnastics in the shower.
Yeah. And what if the person that had the room before me washed their butt right before they washed their hair and they have butt hand on the
There it
shampoo?
is.
Yes.
There it is.
Thank
You
you.
never think about that.
You know about that butt hand?
There it is.
Never thought about butt hand, Gilly.
Okay, there it is.
Greg, I didn't want to ask a question. Lava, the soap, is that like, what did that mean? Because lava in Spanish is clean.
Yeah, well, that makes sense then. Lava soap had grit in it.
No, but lava's
It
like
had
a
grit.
command. Lava's
Hummus.
like a command in Spanish, like
lava.
Limpiate.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
You're
lavate.
dirty.
I bet
You're
you they didn't even know that.
Cuban guy did the soap or not?
Wait a minute. They were culturally appropriating the soap back in the 70s. Your dad's soap was lava, which is the Cuban expression for wash yourself. You're disgusting.
They had no idea. You can tell by the marketing because there's a volcano on it. But I mean, it's genius. It should be the official soap of Cubanos everywhere.
Thank you.
Pumice.
Yeah.
That's what
Yes.
gives it the grit. Pumice.
No,
And-
Cuban soap's better soap, and we were telling America, hey, clean yourselves.
Lávate.
Lava, puerco, descarado, sinvergüenza.
Lebitz, according to Google AI, the most popular MLB team in Asia is likely the Los Angeles Dodgers.
You can't trust AI.
No, you really can't.
Although they are allowing porn soon. Sweet.
Huh.
Yeah, Sam Altman came out.
Sick.
What are we doing with Jeremy, please, Mike? I need some help because the show...
I can't answer that question.
No. So Jeremy's in the bullpen, and I don't know the music bit he wants to do, but he wants to pollute the show with his music. And, Tony, can someone explain to me? He's not supposed to be working today.
We just had such a good night of hardball, Dan. Dodgers are on a roll right now. By the way, his ass is grass when my Dodgers meet the Mariners in the World Series, by the way. His
I'd like to
ass
see
is
you
grass,
try.
buddy. But I think Jeremy wants to talk hardball, and I think we should because there's been great baseball on. I'm locked in, as you can tell.
Yeah, but
Yamamoto last night was unreal.
He doesn't want to do baseball, though. Yamamoto, he's better than Snell. First complete game in 8 years. But, Billy, I don't know what to do with Jeremy's desire to play music, specifically the Monday Night Football music that Tesh gave us.
Well, okay. I think that this is that's sort of what happened. I think what's
Taking
going
liberties with
on.
that.
I think what's going on here is Jeremy came in excited. He wasn't supposed to be here. And then the solution someone came up with was, okay, go sit in the bullpen, and when we need you, we'll call you. While we are actually trying to figure out what are we supposed to do with this man today who just wants to come in and sing songs and talk about baseball.
We're
When
like, music. Yeah, do that.
None of us were planning for that. So we're like, yeah, just go to the bullpen, and when we need you, just be ready. We'll call you. You'll come in, and we'll get you. But I don't know that there is actually a plan. I don't think he can hear us, hopefully. I don't think there's actually a plan
So
for
he's
him.
just here to sing songs.
That's what he wants, and we're like, we don't know what to do with him. So just go sit in that room for a little bit, and we'll get you when you're a good boy.
I was like, JT, hit me with a 7th inning stretch remix.
Wow.
I like that. It has to be on an organ, though.
Yeah. We talked about that to Tesh yesterday. I don't know if you heard that. I broke the news to him that organists were going away.
I don't know if
baseball.
that's true, though. I looked it up. The Yankees have 2.
No, well, no. They have a weekend organist
And a weekday one.
No. The weekday one, I'm telling you, is a recording. Marlins got rid of their organist years ago. Tabby B. She would come on, Tabby B, and she would play this. Take me out to the ball game. And if we're gonna be honest, all respect to Tabby B and her service. I'm getting choked up here. The service that she performed for the Marlins over the years, but Tabby B, a little fast on the 7th inning stretch, and then other times a little slow. It was very hard to keep up with Tabby B's pace. It seemed almost like she was playing games with the audience there. Yeah,
Not good.
Yeah, so they've been the organists have been going away. They have to take their organs with them to the game every day, which is probably part of it. Wildfinger.
No, that can't be
so.
so.
That can't be so.
That
Dick
can't be
Jans.
so.
Have you ever seen an organ before?
No, the organ needs to be. There's no way.
You guys know about Dick Jans?
No.
Dick Jans used to be the other Marlin organist before Tabby B took over.
I don't know that fool.
Yeah, Crazy Fingers or whatever his name was. Dick Jans. He
Uncle
retired.
Dick Jans.
Is that so?
Yeah.
BG, on Tabby B's Twitter, she still has Marlins Park organist.
Yeah. When's the last time she tweeted?
Yeah, you know what? We're going to...
Hopefully she's still with us.
It was a long time ago.
Thoughts and prayers to the B family. Something happened tragically, aside from just no more organing, Is that what you do, organ?
Such a shitty joke, Uncle Dick.
Uncle Dick Jans. I need an ottoman.
Really?
Yeah.
RB?
Sounds like you're up, Roy.
To raise my...
No, this can't be how we do this.
No. I need an ottoman to raise
This
my
can't be
knee.
Roy
That's
jumps.
what he's here for.
No, it's a problem.
It can't be Roy jumps up every time. Wait a minute. Whatever Greg says, I need an ottoman?
He just helps him. Classic bells. We can switch if you'd like.
He chose it.
He did choose this. He had dozens to
But
choose
you
from.
get the frat boy and he gets this?
I chose it. We have a list of punishments.
But your frat boy stinks. It's just
Relax, DLB.
The thing with Dick Jans, if I remember correctly, I think he retired because he lived in Orlando or something, would drive down for the game and drive back. I'm pretty sure he was not a local and he had a long
all right,
commute.
so let's now talk about this so that we can. Billy has secret insider information on the dying organist trade at Marlins Park. As baseball is celebrated throughout the globe, and the Marlins get left out because they've got what's the history of their organists?
They had Dick Jans. I'm trying to find him. He had a good nickname, but I don't remember what it was. He had Dick Jans, and then Tabby B was there for a little bit. But then Tabby B was no longer there now, and may or may not still be with us based on her Twitter use history. It's not that interesting. I'll admit that.
The Panthers have more tradition already than the local baseball team that has won 2 titles? Also 2 titles?
Dan, I'm so excited for tonight. I can't wait. I'm going to be on my couch at least a good 30 minutes prior to puck drop, just getting the mind right.
You're not a fan. You haven't watched the game this season.
When the season opener is here, you got to make sure you have your mind right. And that's why I'm going to be in the proper seat on the couch. I'm going to declare the Zaslow Mansion family room a serious room. I'll probably have a beer in hand. I am so excited for this game tonight. Panther hockey's back, baby.
Jay-Z, what's the difference between when it's a serious room and when it's a normal room?
The stakes. Obviously when there's a playoff game, it's always a serious room. If we're playing those pieces of garbage called the Tampa Bay Lightning, that's a serious room. Don't even get me started on the Lightning. Oh, my God. What? That's a dirtbag franchise.
Wait a minute. Have you had these takes in Europe since that last fight of the season? Have you not had a place to give your opinions on? Wait, you were in Europe when the Panthers started the season in the preseason by getting into a huge fight.
Yeah, that game was a Saturday night, and obviously, I left for Europe on the Monday, but I wasn't here. It was the weekend.
So the start of your 2-time defending champions defending their title with a fight against the Lightning, and then they win 3 straight at home, and now you come home to, I missed all this.
Yep, missed it. I checked my phone the first thing the next morning. I was very excited. I would announce to my boys while they were still in bed, Panthers won last night, guys. That's how I woke them. You wouldn't want to be woken up with your father telling you the Panthers won last night. What a gift I give them.
What time was
it?
it?
Gift.
What time?
For me, locally?
When you woke them up and gave them the gift.
Oh, like 8 a.m. Maybe 7:30.
That's early enough. Are you kids waking up? What time do they wake up?
Well, we're on vacation.
Yeah, what are they doing? Drugs? Like, why are they sleep until past 8 o'clock? What's wrong with them?
We did a lot of walking. We did a lot of touring these days, all right?
Zaz, this guy doesn't get it. He's never been to Europe. He doesn't understand.
He doesn't have the power.
I've been to Europe.
Nah,
he doesn't have
barely.
the power.
Been to Valencia.
Barely.
Boring city, if we're going to be honest.
don't know about
10 days in
travel.
Valencia. Oh, my God.
Billy hates Europe.
Falsehoods.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't know what I saw there that I can't see in Cooper City.
He's not wrong about that.
It's a Suey Award winner.
Old stuff here, old stuff there. No air conditioning. No one wears deodorant. Great, wonderful.
Cigarettes everywhere.
Why don't you clean your stuff a little bit?
So Zaz, let me ask you this: where in Cooper City is the Arc de Triomphe located?
Okay, you're saying words that I don't understand, so I'm trying not to take it as disrespect.
Arc?
Arc? Arc de what?
Arc de Triomphe.
You know what? I think you're making that up. If we're being honest,
It's an art. Our boutique hotel overlooked the Arc de Triomphe. We were walking distance for the Champs de Soleil. It's a beautiful.
I don't think you're pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, whatever it is. I'm not French.
Yeah.
Although my ancestors were.
Is that so?
Yeah. French Canadian and French.
Isn't that where the Tour de France ends every year?
The Arc de Triomphe? I believe it does.
GC, did your wife tell you how much that hotel costs? Because she famously tells you it costs a quarter of what it costs.
I assume that I always jack it up and the price too.
Oh yeah.
Based on what she
GC.
Based on what she tells me. She always lowballs it. Because I know she thinks I'm cheap.
You know about those
So
wives,
if the hotel room
She
is
still talks to you in 90s prices.
right. I know.
She thinks you're cheap. You used K-Cups twice. Of course she does.
That's because that's a scam and everybody knows it. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Billy.
I've been saying that Greg Cody is one of the cheapest people in the history of the world forever. Yes, his parents had no reason to save soap scraps.
Well, my dad grew up in the Depression,
That's true.
which may or may not be true. I got to do the math on that.
I had to lie to my wife yesterday about the price of something when we were coming back from Europe. We were going to take the subway to the airport because it's really expensive, to take the Uber. And I checked the price of the Uber, and it was like $40. Like, oh, this is awesome. Forget about taking the metro. We could take the Uber. It's totally fine, all right? And then when the Uber was coming, I saw that it was really $120, so it was 3 times the price. And she was like, hey, so we made a good deal. Where I'm like, yeah, we got a good deal. The problem was I put in the wrong airport the first time. And then when I put in I was too embarrassed, Dan, to tell her that I made the mistake, which has now cost us triple the amount of money, and it was too late to change that up. So hey, we got the good price. Yeah, we got a good price.
What do you know about Charles de Gaulle, buddy?
I mean, I know the airport's named after him, but I don't know that fool.
He's a beloved figure in France.
I mean, I don't beloved him.
Former prime minister. Big ears. He
Anything
had
to
Cody
me.
ears. He had the Cody ears de Gaulle did. Big ears. That's the only thing I remember about him because he died when I was a kid.
I can't believe the K-Cup thing, man. Honestly, that is wild.
You
This
don't
is a
consider that to be
famous
a
look. This is a famously cheap family. Greg, please tell us a story from another time about how the Codys grew up being cheap.
Well, I don't consider myself cheap, but what Christopher said is true, that if my wife tells me the hotel room costs $400, I assume it costs $600, that kind of thing. And my dad, cheap. When you say...
Well, why can't she tell you the real price? Like, are you going to get mad?
I would be like, what? Why are we spending that much on a hotel? We stayed at the new Pier 66 the other week. It was more expensive than the thing right up the road. That's the Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
So it's you got to be careful when you rent a room. I tell you.
And you got to remember, Wild Bill grew up in the Depression.
He did.
So if Wild Bill heard these prices, that's a mortgage for a year.
Right. Back then, you weren't cheap if you saved soap scraps. That's what everyone did.
But the K-Cup thing.
The K-Cup thing is brilliant.
Yes.
Also trashy.
Why?
K-Cup, K-Cup. K-Cup, K-Cup. Drinking your coffee. Drink it with Cody.
So that's what Jeremy doing.
That's great. That's good use of his time.
Can I ask you something about the K-Cups? You use it for the first time. Where do you keep them until you then use it again?
I use it immediately. Like if once the grounds inside have become cold, they are disqualified. Then you throw it out. But if you use it immediately, like I would pour this cup, right, with the first use of the K-Cup. And then I'd get another cup and I would do lift the handle again, lower the handle in the same K-Cup. You get the light on again that asks you what button to press. You press the large button. And what happens is you get a free cup of coffee. Now, it's not quite as strong as the original, but it's perfectly drinkable. So what do? Put in a little less sweetener, a little less cream. You get the hue correctly. You balance the hue, and you have screwed, the coffee industry.
Can I be honest with you? I think I'm going to try this.
Who wouldn't?
Why wouldn't you? You'd
I think
be
I'm going
a
to try
fool
it.
to not try it.
I think I'm going to try it.
You got to try it.
Is it cheap? Is it efficient? Is it something that he's just making two different kinds of coffee? He's getting a 2-for-1. It's not being cheap. It's just being smart.
I think I think I'm going to try it.
What is happening?
That's the life hack of the week.
K-Cup, K-Cup. Drinking your coffee. Drink it with Cody.
Great jingle.
I think Roy, you should bring him some more cups of coffee because I'm just saying he's only got 3 of them there, and we want Cody's doing such good work on behalf of coffee and how you should drink more of it that we should get him some more coffee. Why do you have 3 cups of coffee already in front of you?
No, these are waters to soothe my throat.
And yet you still sound raspy.
Well, that's, a lot of people think that's sexy.
What's happening with your knee? People worry about you. You're over 70. You missed talking Dolphin football. I know Zaz wants to talk Dolphin football.
What a team.
Well, I was in here 2 days ago, so I did talk Dolphin football.
No, but the Tua thing happened after that and engulfed the team in flames.
Okay,
the McDaniel reacting to Tua, and now it's that dumb conversation.
Right.
Now it's instead of talking about the Jets, the Dolphins get an extra week of everyone's laughing at them because there's only one now that they fired Callahan where you're like, oh, they don't know what they're doing at all. Like, it's not even about losing. It's just like, oh, the Saints will win a game here and there. But that team down there in Miami is about to implode. Like, their fast receivers out after 2 games. And then what are they going to do? Oh, they don't have enough of anything. The whole thing's going to collapse. Who's going to get fired? And quarterback saying, not me.
I mean, I think among the most embarrassing things going on with the Dolphins now, it's not just that Tom Brady's out of the league and now the Dolphins missed that opportunity and the Bills are doing what the Patriots did. But on top of that, the Patriots have now actually lapped the Dolphins where they were able to somehow rebuild and then be better than the Dolphins again.
Yeah, Drake,
that to me is maybe the most embarrassing part.
Drake May has been really, really good. But if I can say one thing about the Tua controversy, which to me should not be a controversy, I think I'm the only one in the media
I don't hear
defending Tua.
anyone doing this. You are literally alone. Who else? Joe Rose isn't doing it. Everyone is bailed on this ship except for the homerific Cody who's saying that's Tua trying to exhibit leadership. I've heard no one else say that.
Okay. Tua's problem is not what he said. Tua's problem is the broad public perception that he hasn't earned the right to say it. Okay? If Dan Marino says the exact same words, everybody's going, wow, that took balls to say that. He's right. Danny's expressing leadership. He's stepping forward and saying, hey, you guys get your act together. This bullshit is where we shouldn't be playing this terribly.
But Marino was amazing from the get-go. He earned it immediately.
Oh, but this is such a good place that Cody is making this argument from. Everybody knows the ship be sinking. Like, it's all done. Rarely do you get one of these calamities, sports calamities, that everyone in the country's looking down there and saying, that might be worse than the Jets, and look, the Patriots are better and the Bills are better. We love this sport. Patriots ruled it. Are the Patriots going to rule it again? Look what's happening with the Jets and the Dolphins. They fought over Fitzpatrick. Bills tried him too. This has been funny for 20 years. Now it collapses in Miami in a way that's louder than the Jets, who don't know how to coach. Like, the Jets don't know how to coach what's happening there. They are coaching calamities there. That's an amateur football team. It's not because the talent's amateur. It's like everything happening there is the most amateur thing in the league. Penalties, stupidities, and that's the worst team in the league by miles. Like, we've seen no greater incompetence this season than the Jets' passing game in the last game. Took the stink to two countries. But laughing is in Miami. Jets are done. Everyone's finished. But the laughing's in Miami because the quarterback and the coach are fighting, and it's loud as hell. And there's only one columnist in America who's saying, I don't see it on national television either. No, Tua's trying to lead here, but the company, the region, doesn't believe he's actually Marino. It believes he's a failure too, who's going to get swallowed by the mess. So he has no backing except Cody.
Okay, let's make this clear. He is speaking as a captain of the team and as the starting quarterback. Okay?
About player-only meetings.
Yeah.
That's like that's like the leaders of the team lead those meetings.
Right, who's the leader of a player-only meeting if not Tua?
He is.
Right, so
but he's questioning the leadership.
He's like, we have people not showing up to these things. Whose responsibility is it to pressure people and make people feel like they need to show up to these things?
When you call a players-only meeting, you don't call people 20 minutes before the meeting and say, hey, you're going to be there, right? You assume they're going to be there. And when they don't show up, and then you blow the game in the manner that they blew it, you're frustrated enough and angry enough to say something. I don't blame the honesty in that.
I appreciate your perspective here, but what do you make of Mike McDaniel coming out and saying Tua shouldn't have done it that way?
I think he didn't support his quarterback. I think what he said about Tua was worse than what Tua said about his unnamed teammate.
The ship be sinking, guys. Like, this is how it... Man, they don't want to be laughed at by everybody.
I think... Isn't Chris supposed to be the frat guy? Why are you doing that?
Twice you did that,
be
DLB.
Sinking? Is that an apostrophe
no,
after sinking?
It's what it's famous for. I'm sorry. I wasn't...
Wasn't that in the Toronto Blue Jays clubhouse one time?
No, this is...
I mean, don't get me wrong. You sounded super duper cool when you said it.
Pop your collar next time.
I deserve that, but the story I'm remembering, and it's an ancient one, that the tabloids, when they were feeding in New York, back when the tabloids in sports meant something, okay, and basketball meant something that it doesn't even mean today, I wouldn't say, with today's Knicks, okay? Everybody was laughing in New York at the basketball team, and I'm forgetting the name of the player. It's a famous quote. The ship be sinking comes from a famous New York player.
Michael Ray Richardson.
So forgive me for forgetting the name. But the moment that he said that, he gave fodder to the media to make the city explode in now everyone laughs at this team, because in his own voice, that guy just said, we all know that it's all going down. Everyone's going to get fired. We're all going to lose our jobs. I've never seen it happen like this in Miami. Tell me when. Tell me when you've seen that it's coming out to clean house. Like, just sweep everyone out of here. The owner's old. He's a billionaire. He's a very successful man in every other way. This team continues to embarrass him because it's an international failure. And now everyone wants everyone out of town. It's never happened in this market before.
I feel like it's happened to the Dolphins like 4 times this century.
With Flores.
I'm pretty sure, without any hyperbole, I say this, we are witnessing an all-time worst Miami Dolphins season. Not the worst, but one of the all-time worst Miami Dolphins seasons.
This one sticks out because this pain is so drawn out.
We went into the season kind of feeling like this.
You were at a tipping point already,
Yeah.
where all the other ones, like the season kind of fell apart later in the year, and then it was understood that guys would go, and sometimes you had interim head coaches. Just Mike McDaniel's there just twisting in the wind. There doesn't appear to be
Like
a
everybody
path.
knows what the end of the rainbow looks like, or I shouldn't say rainbow.
There doesn't appear to be a path for anybody. Mike McDaniel, Greer, Tua. There doesn't. So what are we doing here? Just kill it. Get a better draft pick.
I think the funny thing about this team is that it could be like vastly different had just one or two plays gone different ways in different games while also not being different at all. Like, had HN not stepped out of bounds in the Patriots game, they would have won the
But
Patriots
this is the
game.
stuff that happens to bad teams.
No,
you're
but
saying.
no, but what I'm saying is, had they won that Patriots game, that's another win instead of a loss. Had they held on and won that Panthers game and not given up a second game-winning drive to Bryce Young, they would have won and not lost.
But
Had they-
continually doing stupid things is what bad teams
No,
do.
but what I'm telling you is, that same thing could have happened with the Chargers, where they make a tackle, they win that game, and you could be looking at a team that
so
has a
funny.
winning record.
It's so funny.
That is not good.
Yeah,
and then you don't make the changes that are necessary. So while the team is what the team is, these bad mistakes could end up helping them long term because it can give them such a bad record that they ultimately do what they've needed to do, which is completely clean house. They need to get rid of Greer. They need to get rid of McDaniel. They need to likely figure out a way to move on from Tua. But if they have a winning record, they're not going to do that, and they're going to be stuck in the same position, and it's just dumb plays and mistakes that have put them in the position to finally make the decisions that they've needed to make.
You brought up interesting points, but does this team feel close to you? Like that
You
may
could
be
talk
so.
yourself. You could talk yourself into it if the team's 4-2.
But I think that's exactly what you're doing, talking yourself into it, because they don't appear that close.
They have 6 one-possession games.
Oh, Billy's right. I mean, come on. The whole league is
This
upside
team looks
down.
like trash. This is like, from a neutral observer, that's a garbage team and always has been this season.
No,
and you guys got blinded by some weird
but-
shit.
but-
I'm not exactly sure. This has always been a bad team.
Yeah, but
Greg
Steven-
never made sense with his projections. Like it was a bad team. It was one of the jokes in the league.
But Stephen Ross has never made the decision and is never going to make the decision with this group of people if they continue having a winning record or being a game away from the playoffs. They're like, we'll add here, we'll add there. They didn't add anything last. I mean, they added Waller, which Dan ended up being right about Waller, which is like crazy. But they wouldn't have made like large scale changes if they had a 10 record. At
This
the
is
end
what
of the
we
year.
needed, is what
Oh
you're
no, you
arguing.
either want
Yeah.
to be really good or really bad.
They're having that conversation in Cleveland. And do you think Cleveland's close to being a good team? I
Well,
don't.
which one of you was saying that Cleveland is a must-win game for the Dolphins?
It is.
Yeah, they got to win that one.
I think that if they lose at Cleveland, I think McDaniel might be fired after that game.
Why wouldn't, to Billy's point, why don't you just lean in at this point to McDaniel, make this a bad season?
Well, no, it's not like it gets better
All right,
when there's an
but
interim
you-
coach.
Sometimes you bring in an interim coach, all of a sudden they
Sometimes you get a
He's
brief
Dan
bounce.
Campbell. Sometimes it's Dan Campbell.
If I'm Ross, I leave it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm out. I'm out on these guys.
No,
but
but
I
the
let
reason
it. I let
you
it
got to
stay.
make the change if you're Ross, you have to show the fan base, I'm angry also. I'm willing to make big changes.
Well, he did that look behind you on the sidelines. He put his hands on his head, and that was like, whoa, that was a statement by Stephen Ross. That's as mad as we've seen him. Who's the Dolphins' Jeff Saturday that they could be like, hey, you want to come in and just kind of stand on the sideline for half a season? Marino's never going to do that.
Marines.
We know Marino's
Jason
not going to do
Taylor's
that.
at the University of
Yeah,
Miami.
he's tied up at the
What's
moment.
Zach Thomas doing?
That's a good question, ZT. Chris.
Sam Madison did some coaching.
Sam Madison.
ZT, that's your trick, Chris.
I just said
Cody.
Marine.
That was
That's a bad one.
On Marino, you made him Marine, and that was you and
Which
your
is just as long
character.
as Marino. We just changed the last letter.
Dan the man.
That's a good one, Roy.
It's a cursed franchise. Here's an example. When they went 1-15, that was not a panacea. Okay, they drafted Jake Long, I believe it was, instead of Matt Ryan. Okay, they had a good year the next year in Sperano's first year, and then they went 7 years in a row without a winning record. So even if you go 1-16 now, it would be, and get that top draft pick, it's no guarantee if you don't have good people making the picks. Look, everybody's going to be fired here. Okay, McDaniel's going to be fired. Chris Greer's going to be fired. It's just the only thing we're arguing about is when. Should it be right now? Should it be at the end of the season? That's the only debate here. We all agree this has been a nightmare season, and the current regime won't survive it.
Greg, would you agree that McDaniel has had the blueprint in place to show that this offense can score 70 points, can be really good. If they went out and fired Chris Greer instead of McDaniel, how would that make you feel?
Well, right now the problem is defense, even though everybody thinks Anthony Weaver is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league.
Why does anyone think that?
Because he's pedigreed from the Baltimore Ravens when the Ravens were really good, so you assume he knows what he's doing.
GC, I think you're making a leap from a respected defensive coordinator to one of the best in the league. Like, I agree with you. I don't think anyone looks at him as the problem, but like you just made a leap to one of the best in the league.
No, and in fact, one of the things in play here is that everybody would say, okay, if they fire McDaniel next week or the week after, the assistant coach who's fit to take over is probably Anthony Weaver, who happens to be the leader of one of the worst defenses in the league. So how would that look? You know, what kind of an optic is that if you're Stephen Ross?
You also can't keep Mike McDaniel. Like, it can't be just get rid of Greer. No, you can't. McDaniel has lost this team. Like, he does not have the guys believing in him whatsoever. It's very obvious, and just changing Greer is not going to fix that.
Well, and no general manager is going to come in and say, yeah, Mike McDaniel, that's my top choice to be the coach.
Right.
No one's going to do that.
No, the GM will want his own head coach. Now, he may be forced to live with Tua for the next couple of seasons, but he absolutely would be able to bring in his own head coach.
And here's some Shakespeare. It's done by the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz. We've stolen the exclamation point officially from Get Up. It's put after the word show.
So this is Act 1, Scene 2 of Macbeth. The stage instructions are: a camp near Fours. Alarum within, enter Duncan, Malcolm, Donalbain, Lennox with attendants, meeting a bleeding sergeant.
I don't even know what that means.
Jessica, you will play the role.
All right, so wait, can we set the scene? Thank you, Mike. Can we set the scene, Mike, from high school? Can you give Chris Cody his motivation on, because he didn't even understand what Whittingham.
Am I happy?
Like, what,
Am I
Sergeant is
distressed?
bleeding.
Okay.
In what
You're
condition does the distressed? Okay, very good. Good confidence there. Let's have the music that we need, Shakespearean music, and let's see if we can find our note here.
What bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plight of the revolt, the new estate.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier fought gainst my captivity. Hail, brave friend! Say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst leave it.
So true.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that. The multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him from the western isles. Of kerns and Gallowes glasses is supplied, and fortune of his damned quarrel smiling. Showed like a rebel's whore. Showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak for brave Macbeth. Well, he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution.
What?
Yes.
Like Valuor's minion carved out his passage till he faced the slave.
I feel your distress. I really do.
Which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him till he uniseamed him from the nave
Rolling.
Don't let them deter you.
to the chaps and fixed his head upon our battlements.
O valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
Ah, as Wentz, the Suns gins his reflection.
You missed your cue.
Shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break. So from that spring whence comfort seemed to come.
Wait a minute. There wasn't a question mark there.
Discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, Mark, no sooner justice had with valor armed.
Oh, you think you're done?
Humbled, these skipping,
Compelled.
these skipping kerns to trust their heels.
Not compelled. We need
But
compelling.
the Norwegian lord surveying vantage,
Which is it?
furbished arms,
Vintage or vantage?
and new supplies of men
All right, we've
begin a fresh
we've
assault.
tested his
Wait,
endurance.
not this! Our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
And scene.
You almost made it to the finish line. You started leaking confidence. It was not unlike the race outside in Freedom. You were very confident for a moment, and then you fell at the finish line. But
Showed his long track.
Excellent, Chris. Excellent.
Vintage, vantage.
Coppled, compelled.
Ah.
Billy Does Barbados Carnival.
So welcome back, Billy, and I don't know where this particular tension is going to end up. Welcome back, and I also want to get to Mike Ryan. He does not agree with you on Hard Knocks, Chris. He doesn't.
Oh, trust me, we had a whole text exchange last night. I almost drove to his house to fight him.
Yeah, you guys have very wildly disparate opinions on the Oakland Raiders and Hard Knocks. But first, Billy, welcome back. How was your honeymoon?
It was good. Thank you for asking.
Oh, he's tightened up his game now that he's refreshed. Okay, things are
It's
just
so hot today, Dan. I don't know what's going on with the air, but luckily I have this little fan that I bought before a hurricane that I have plugged into my phone, so like it's keeping me nice and cool.
I'm so jealous.
You guys should get these. These things are awesome. Look at it, Dan. You see this thing? Look at this.
Can you please tell me about all the awkward things that happened to you? Did anything weird happen to you in Barbados? Like what kind of, just give me some awkward Billy on his honeymoon stuff. Is there anything that...
The non-awkward would be a much shorter story.
Yeah, I wonder how this is going to go. What's the best you got from your honeymoon? And then we'll move on to other things like Antonio trying to steal your job.
I've had a lot of awkwardness, well, in my entire life, I guess. But recently I've had a bunch of awkwardness. So I'd say from the honeymoon, I think the most memorable thing that we did was, so in Barbados, they have an annual carnival, right? Or carnival or whatever, right? It's called Crop Over. And it's at the end, well, it's actually called Kadooment, but that's a different story.
All right, go sit outside for a second. We'll get back to it.
Whoa!
Antonio, just go sit in his chair. We'll get back to it.
I'm back, baby.
I want to hear the whole story. I just don't understand why you can't even get the name right of Carnival. And like,
It's Crop Over. That's fine.
Why is it called a honeymoon?
It's a good question.
That is a good question. Put it on the poll, Antonio, now that you've replaced Billy in his chair. Do you know why they call it a honeymoon? Mike, do you have the sound? A very simple sound, a very simple question. Basically, I want you to hear Billy, who has a reputation for yammering and just not being able to get anything out, and he's rusty, because he hasn't been paying attention to the internet for 10 days. So he came in here today, and it was just a furnace blast of news, all of it weird, disorienting. The local hour.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Doomsday is here. Fire is weird. And Mike McDaniel is losing to the Browns.
I don't think we're allowed to use that music. That's going to cost us money every time we do it.
Worst that's going to happen. Whatever.
Tony said we're good.
No, this can't be. This can't be how we do this. We're not allowed music rights. I miss our music. I want music.
That's royalty free. You're good.
Yeah. We found out accidentally from John Tesh yesterday during the interview. He's like, "You guys want to hear a funny story?" And he's like, "You know that Monday Night Football song? Like, that was just like a public domain song." And we have access to certain like public domain sites, and we like started looking up. It's like, oh, we like pay a subscription to the owner of that song, so we can technically use that song, even though it's a Monday Night Football song. And we had a little talk, and now it's kind of like we're gonna use that song until someone says we can't use that song anymore. And then Jeremy took that as an invitation to come in today and write a bunch of songs that we don't want to hear.
Well, we've reached the portion of the proceedings where Mike McDaniel has lost 17 of his last 26, and when the Flames climb on this, you get these guys, Des Bryant and LaShawn McCoy. These are the voices that sometimes shout their opinions, and these are two of the least informed you will find spouting public opinion. And they run over to where the fires are, and they just shout into the fire. LaShawn McCoy, the quote is, they don't respect Tua. This is why the Dolphins can't win the big games. This is why, because our leader can't be a leader. Our leader can't be real. The can't be real part is a note he's hitting there on purpose, that Tua is some management guy, that Tua is what here? Our leader can't be real is what?
So he's saying, I guess he's saying that he's not like part of the team, right? He's not like one of the other players.
Well, he's management
not
calling out. He's management snitching on the players for being late and not being professional, saying their fault. It's the leadership problem is everyone but me.
Well, based on what Tua said, I think he could sooner be accused of being too real for calling out his teammates. And management, McDaniel, the next day, does not support what he said. So that's why I say McDaniel really threw his quarterback under the bus.
And now Des Bryant says, I guarantee a lot of the players don't respect Tua. Tua points the finger, and here's where he's got him, and you can't dispute this. He points the finger, and literally 4 are pointing back at him. And he got him there.
Good point. That's what they say.
That's not true. If you point the fingers, 3 pointing back.
Right,
at you.
the thumb is pointing the way the finger is.
Yeah.
You need that thumb to go in the other direction.
I'm doing it right now. That's 3 pointing back at me.
Dan, you're throwing up a gang sign.
What's
there. I don't
Levy
know what that
doing?
is. Be careful with that. Don't show that on air.
Yeah. Ship be sinking.
The ship be sinking.
Both, really.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know, Keurig's an American company.
Thank God.
I've been looking it up. I thought, the way that they had it, and they had, the umlaut on the side, I thought it was, Dutch or something.
Yeah,
no.
German, maybe.
It's American. They're faking this. And the inventor of the K-Cup, John Sylvan.
I don't know that fool.
Yeah, get ready to hear what he said. John Sylvan, a man who's amassed a fortune from K-Cups and all that jazz.
What did he say?
I regret inventing the K-Cup. Shut up,
What?
John Sylvan.
Whoa,
Yeah,
come
shut
on.
up,
That's
John
something you say
Sylvan.
when you're rich. Oh, I regret being rich. No, you don't.
Exactly
Shut up.
right, please.
That's not a respectful use of that music.
I think it is.
You say it's royalty-free music. I say that music is royalty. I think Tesh said that's the best sports song there's ever been.
Odd. In the history of this show, the one time that you're disciplined about royalties is when we're allowed to play it.
How does this guy come out with it? What face does he come out? Go, get out of it. Does this guy come out and say,
Sin cara.
I regret inventing this thing that's made me billions of dollars because of recycling or something. Get out of here with
It's a
that.
great convenience.
It's nonsense. He doesn't regret anything.
It reminds me of when Popovich was like, you know what? I really wanted to be a D3 coach, and I didn't want to do all this NBA stuff.
Go do it.
After $100 million?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you could say that.
Go quick.
How about the poor D3 guy who's trying to make a buck?
Mm-hmm.
Greg Cody just
Roy, is he okay? Is he okay?
Come on, Bells.
Roy, he might need something.
No, I pressed the button.
He also grabbed the microphone, too. I think, Roy, you got to help him with the microphone as well.
I'm leaning back purposely for the sake of my knee.
Jack.
And luckily the microphone reaches me, so we're all good.
How is your knee? Like, what is the state? Have we gotten a report yet? Are you going to have surgery? Are you going to need surgery on your knee? You're limping. You're playing through pain.
You got that bad knee?
You couldn't,
Olympian.
You couldn't make it yesterday. You couldn't make it to the show yesterday.
Right. I was on Monday. I'm on twice a week, Dan.
That can't be good. We're just looking at it on the screen. Is that your actual MRI?
Yeah.
There's no way, right?
It looks like a Picasso painting. What the hell is that?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Looks like that knee's happy to see me.
Yeah.
Trick knee.
I'll find out I'll find out Friday morning whether I'm having surgery.
There's like mold growing on the middle of your knee there. What is that?
ain't me,
So,
babe.
I don't know if Tony TC can read a X-ray.
Buddy, I've had more X-rays and more MRIs than you can even imagine, pal.
What does that mean?
The MRI is magic.
The one on the left looks like it's literally screaming in agony.
Yeah, it is.
Who's TC?
Tony Colladi.
Me, yeah. I know what he's talking about, Dan. Don't worry about it. We're doing a different show over here,
We
Dan.
have one theory is because Greg doesn't know how this happened. He has no idea how he injured his knee to the point of potentially needing surgery.
I know how it happened. Old.
Well,
Bowling didn't help GC.
well, there's bowling. That's a theory, but this looks like potentially a wear and tear injury, and we know that Greg Cody sleeps crisscross applesauce.
What?
Wow.
Is
no,
he-
he does.
You've never heard this?
What?
Wait a minute. You don't know this story? It's one of
What?
the all-time classics. I learned Greg Cody sleeps crisscross applesauce when I learned that he had mashed potatoes in his head in New Orleans because he drank too much. And I thought it was weird then. I revealed it one day on the show. No one knew it. And we told him he's strange, and no one in the audience sleeps that way either.
So you sleep on your back, crisscross applesauce?
Yeah, and here's what's sad
That
about
can't
it.
be good for blood flow.
Well,
Like a frog.
What's sad about it is that instinctively I still begin to do that, only to be reminded that my right knee won't do that.
I'm just
right now.
picturing GC at like 11 p.m. just like, ow!
It's exactly right. That's exactly what happens.
So if your one leg can't do it, you sleep like a number 4?
No, I resign myself to having to sleep straight-legged, which is awful.
Like a
Do you ever
common-
sleep on your
normal
stomach, crisscross applesauce?
No, hey, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
No.
Yeah.
But the other one's also crazy, right? I think
That's such a funny visual.
Others do it.
But so's the one we have though. The
but
amount-
less funny than
the-
face down.
but the real one is also funny
Yes.
because a really dumb vampire would sleep like this, where the joints and the bones are so rickety that they would decide to form over 40 years. No one sleeps like this.
Danny, there's another layer to it. He folds his fingers on his belly.
I do. I lace
So
my fingers.
picture crisscross applesauce.
It's
and then fingers
usually on my
crossed.
upper chest like
he
this.
looks. I'll say it. He looks dead.
Can I try what face down crisscross applesauce would look
I would
like?
love
You have to have
do that.
incredibly
Try it.
You do that,
loose hip
Jay-Z.
flexors,
Well,
by the
didn't
way.
somebody say that Roy had to bring him an ottoman? Didn't someone request?
No, he has
I
a.
love
It's
this.
elevated.
Yeah.
Okay, but so
Zaz is gonna do that. Can we
right.
get a shot of this? All right, we do have a shot.
All
Weren't
right,
there
so
warriors in the
it's-
16th century called Ottomans?
All right,
The
hold
Ottoman
on,
Empire.
hold on.
Yeah,
No,
whole
you're not in the right
All
place,
right,
Zaz.
we can't see.
We don't
Look
need
at
to
that.
see
A
any
whole
of that.
empire
Look at
putting
that
your feet
French
up.
cake right there.
Zaslow, we don't
That's
need to see
crazy.
This is inappropriate.
Jay-Z with that
This
dunk.
is inappropriate. We
Good
can't
thing
do
he
this.
fell from the top of a building
Listen,
and contorted
look.
himself.
Furniture store called the Ottoman Empire would sell, man.
Those are
Yes.
proper ankle socks.
Now do it normal. Do it on your back, Jack.
Jack.
That's, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's see.
All right, now that
Closer to the LED,
there
Zaz.
it
We
is.
need to back you up a little bit. Nope, you're going the wrong way, Zaz.
Wrong way. There
Back
you go. Up, up,
Zaz,
buddy. Up.
please, we don't need to see
This
more of
is-
this. Zaz, we need to go more up. Zaz,
That's the epitome
I
of
need you to be,
comfort
Zaz,
right there.
I need you to be careful here. Zaz, oh, listen
Lock
to me.
those fingers.
Zaz, all right, this is what I need you to do, Zaz, and I'm in a panic situation, okay? We're a big, serious television show. We're on Peacock. You're dangerous right now to giving us Peak October. I want to celebrate baseball and Peak October, and you need to be careful with the way you flop around back there, but I want you to do it. You just need to get closer to the LED, and I need to see you sleeping like Greg Cody slept in New Orleans when he had mashed potatoes in his hair. And he, why?
right, lace your fingers.
Good hips on Zaz, by the way. Doing the crisscross applesauce to the front is hard.
Are you guys claiming that this is the reason that the knees are shot because he sleeps this way and
good theory.
finally his knees have given out?
No, Dan. So I've actually read the MRI and I'm looking at it right now. I can see the small tear in the ACL right here. Actually, look. So right here, this is the ACL right here. There's actually a little tear right.
You got to hold the mic near you so we can hear what
Okay,
you're
yeah.
saying.
As you can see right here, it's
Amateur.
Mike, go down a little bit. So right here, this is where the ACL is. Right here, right here. If you see that little shadow right there,
Yeah.
that's actually the tear in the ACL. What really concerns me is what's going on here, right?
Screaming in agony.
Is that the
I don't
mold
like the
that you
discoloring. Yeah,
described it
what I
as
described
before?
as mold. that's got to be like really bad arthritis where your knee is. So,
Why does
Greg,
it
you
look
got to
like,
be worried about that.
Why does it look like Tobey Maguire saving the Metro Rail?
Getting
in
ripped in
Spider-Man
half?
2?
Yeah.
I do have arthritis as well, but most people my age do.
Yeah.
We're having trouble getting Zaz in exactly the right position that I need him in so that he is sleeping. I don't believe, Chris, if you had to guess, because there aren't many things around here that shock everybody. Do you guys believe that if I throw it out to the audience that we will find a great many people who sleep this way, a couple of people who sleep this way?
He's the only person.
Or nobody ever who has ever slept this way?
None of us have ever encountered this in our lives.
Danny, I think we're getting 97%. I think you'll get 3% of people. There's just some people out there that
Liars.
mess with polls.
Yeah,
Well, they'll
rabble
support me.
rousers.
I got my supporters. I got 3% support.
But have you ever met someone else you've heard to sleep this way?
no, but when do you have that conversation?
Well, that's why we're having it.
Hey, Jack, nice to meet you, by the way. What's your sleeping pattern? What do you straight-legged like most people? Do you cross them? What are you doing?
So
No, I don't have that conversation.
AI says that this is not typically used for sleeping. Sleeping in this position can cause spinal misalignment and pressure on nerves, potentially leading to pain or numbness.
The nerve of that.
Mm-hmm. He's right. Don't look at an Olympian like that.
It's nothing I can do for that, Dan, by the way.
Okay, Roy, he's going to need your help because the frat boy's not helping us today. Mike's a Mariners fan.
Bro.
Jeremy's in the other room making chaos and music. And Jeremy also wants to talk baseball. It is unfair what the Dodgers have. It's funny how unfair it is. They could beat you more ways than anyone. They're built specifically for October. I've never said that about a baseball team. Their roster is just perfectly built for October because they've got a bunch of aces who could pitch. Like the starting pitching they're getting is like no one in the sport. They got a complete game last night when there hasn't been one of those in the playoffs in 8 years.
Mariners have a good staff, though. Like they can go pitcher for pitcher. You know about that B Woo?
I don't know about B.
You know about B Woo?
Pitcher for pitcher strong.
Yeah, B Woo is very handsome. Have you seen B Woo?
Let's go to Jeremy and talk baseball for a second. Talk Mariners, talk Brewers, talk Dodgers. It is funny to think that the Brewers hit a home run on the first pitch and then can't do anything the entire rest of the game. Springer did this in the Toronto game the other day, hit a home run on the first pitch, and then they lose 10-3 because Seattle is America's team. And Billy, is anyone here to declare that it's going to be anything other than Dodgers, Mariners, and everyone's rooting for the Mariners because it's global, because it's Japan against America? It's Ichiro might pitch or he might not because Seattle's got to be the enormous underdog.
Who's America and Japan versus America? Because you said that Seattle was Japan's
It's
team.
Japan versus Japan.
Yeah.
But also America is on Seattle's side.
Can I just tell you?
Right.
Ridiculous way to sleep. Ridiculous.
No, it's so comfortable. It's plus that like if I'm ever in a hotel that's got extraordinarily short beds, made for me, right? I can sleep in a child's bed without a problem.
What kind of brag is that, GC?
I mean,
That is
I'm made for
wild
a short
that you
bed.
said that.
Yeah.
I'm made for a short bed.
It's crazy, man.
Okay, I'm not an NBA player. I don't need a 7.5-foot bed. Give me a 5-foot bed. I'll deal with it. Yeah. Why? Because I sleep the way I sleep. It's perfect. And if I want to sleep long-legged, I have that option.
Well, not without rotting your knees out. It sounds like they're creaking. You can't even sleep that way. Your body's retreating to a frog-like form at night, desiring something, and your knee pain is making it so that you cannot do it.
Then why do I have a pristine left knee? Answer me that.
That is a good question. You'd think it would affect both knees.
Yes.
Well, did you MRI the left knee?
No, because I have no pain.
No pain.
Yeah, but
I
you
have
don't
the
know if you
left
got
knee of
something
an
in there.
Olympian.
Tony,
true.
I need to call you out on something. Billy made a face. Neither of us understood it. You proclaimed yourself the king of the MRIs. And
Yeah, that's right.
And Tony rolled his eye. I'm sorry, Billy rolled his eyes. What do you mean you're the king of the MRIs?
I know what I'm looking at when I'm taking a look at an EMRI.
No,
That's
but you
what I'm
also
saying.
said you know MRIs like nobody's business.
No, he said I've had more
I've had
MRIs,
more MRIs
than
anybody
anyone.
here.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Which is
as a flex.
No, not as
It's
a
a
flex.
weird flex,
Not as
yeah.
a flex, just as letting you guys know that I've been through the machine, baby. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've had multiple knee surgeries, so I know what I'm looking at. There's been doctors that have put up knee things and been like, yeah, look, this is what's wrong. That looks like that. That looks like this. Why did I tell you exactly where the ACL was, Dan? Because I know.
Yeah. Tony and I can relate.
Thank you.
But you know what? The MRI system needs a technological improvement.
We do, big time.
Why is it so loud? I had to wear
The magnets.
I had to wear earphones with bad music playing for 25 minutes because the technology. It's like you're.
You
Next
didn't
to
tell
a
them
jet
what to play
engine.
for you.
They should have had the Greg
No,
Cody
Saz,
show.
you
on.
don't get it.
They didn't have
don't
the
do
Greg
that.
Cody
Yeah,
show as
I
an option?
requested it, and they're like, "What?"
So the way it works, from my understanding, is a bunch of magnets like spinning around in a
That's the
circle,
noise,
right?
yeah.
But what else spins around in a circle? Vinyl, records,
Ooh, I
and
like
what
that.
happens when they're spinning in a circle? Music is playing.
You know
Why
what?
is it that MRI machines can't have the same technology as vinyl records, where
Yeah.
you're playing music with every spin, a note plays?
Right. You know what I just discovered? I just discovered listening to my own podcast. I must have pressed a button or something that, whether I want it or not, it now gives me the words that are being said on my podcast.
I love that.
Except it misspells my own name.
Yeah, I hate that.
All right, we got to
It
rewind though.
spells it C-O-D-Y.
You record your episode, and then you listen to it.
Multiple
Yes.
times.
Twice. Okay? I listened to it the first time as a listener might. I listened to it the second time
As
with
a narcissist.
with a critical ear. The second time I'm listening for things that we could have done better, things that weren't done, that should have been done, that I asked Yeti to do. Not that I'm throwing him under the
Wow,
bus.
Oh
your
my
best Tua
God,
impression.
Tua.
No, I mean, I'm like, play what I just said, because we're an edited podcast, so I can say this in the middle of a podcast. Yeti, play what I just said at 0.5 speed.
And then he doesn't do it.
So it sounds extra slow.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do it.
Wow.
It's
know.
called quality control. You guys wouldn't know anything about
thank you.
that.
Thank you, Billy. Billy gets me.
Yeah.
I mean, Billy's a good producer.
I mean, crazy.
Thank you.
MVP.
Well said. Yeah.
Most valuable producer. No offense, Christopher.
The Greg Cody Show featuring Greg Cody.
With.
You said a
With.
couple of things.
With.
Hey, you're
It is
supposed to be
with.
doting today.
I just did.
He
With.
is. He's correcting you. What a doter. Good job, Roy.
Thank you.
What's on this week's episode?
We have Dolphins legend Larry Little talks about, growing up in segregated America and how that went for him and his life today. Talks about the current Dolphins. Interesting. He's got a new book out that he's pimping, so that's why we had him on. When we did, I should say. I would have Larry on all the time. We've had him on the podcast once before, and because of his current appearance, he is moving up the chart on our top 100 guests of all time. But it's good. I talk a little bit about my knee. We do a Dolphins autopsy, so it's a fun episode.
You should have him on again next week.
Why?
Because you said you would have him on all the time.
Well, it's a figure of speech.
Okay.
That
I
kind of
think
thing.
you would
Yeah,
crush
exactly.
it if you shared the stage with Hall of Famer Larry Little and let him lend your credibility. What a lovely thing it would be if in retirement you and Larry Little started a podcast. Just
The two of us?
Yeah, just the two of you reminiscing. Larry Little blowharding as he does, bloviating about the Dolphins because he's an old Hall of Famer who played the game when he was 260 pounds,
Yes.
Hall of Fame offensive lineman.
Yep.
I saw somebody in Alabama catch a screen pass at 360 the other day and line up in the Wildcat. He would have shit Larry Little. Proctor would have shit Hall of Famer Larry Little.
I think Cam Scattaboo's 260.
It's
crazy, though.
insane. What those people are doing with their bodies is totally insane.
Greg, can I make a suggestion for the name of your podcast with Larry Little?
Sure.
It's The Little Things and that kind of thing.
I think George Kittle has the little thing, the Kittle things, right?
Little wordy.
Ah,
Kittle Things is different.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
a little-
the
and you just
little
talk about
things.
the little things in life, you know?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
GC,
kind
what
of-
about the Greg Cody show with Larry Little?
He would never share the stage with anybody.
How
Not
about
a
the
Hall of
Greg
Famer,
Cody
not
show
anybody.
with Greg Cody and Larry Little?
You know what? I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Featuring.
that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot. I've offered to bring Christopher in on the name of the show, and he won't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? That's crazy.
I want it to be the Greg Cody show with Chris Cody, and he's like, nah.
Because it's funny the way it is now.
Well, it is different.
What if you were to say the Greg Cody show with Greg Cody and Yeti, and then your name is out? Would then that bother you?
Also, not a good name.
Or the Hee Haw 3. It would have music if all of a sudden you tied all the things together instead of criticizing Yeti's producing.
Yeah, but then Jeremy's involved.
Yeti knows. He's listening to this show right now. He knows I love him.
Well,
He's
Jeremy's
that one
been warming
football.
up in the bullpen for now 2 hours. We should go to him. He's also got some music. What is his music about? Because I need to tell the audience here, forgive me here for stopping the show in its tracks, just because Ron McGill is, I'm going to say, if not the biggest treasure this show has, like certainly there aren't very many. that are as big a treasure as this guy. Guest for 20 years, always working for free, and super grateful for our audience because we are Zoo Miami's biggest donor. Like this audience just really protects the animals in a beautiful way. And he's having a giant party, but he hasn't been on the last couple of weeks because of crowded things here. And I just want to make sure that the audience knows and that we are paying attention to. Ron has an event that you can support here, and it's an event that comes with a discount to our listeners, and it's a really fun party in Miami. We've got 2 of them this month. This is one of them. Ron McGill does a really fun party at the zoo. It's 20 restaurants. Miami doesn't do great things like this, very many of them, and we should support Ron and the zoo. Obviously, I'm going to do that because I love that kink, but
Ron McGill event. We'll all say we went. Even when we don't. He's really Dan's friend.
I think Billy goes. I think Billy and Mike have both had zoo experiences that have grown their relationship with Ron McGill. Do I have this wrong?
Weird way to phrase it.
I've had a zoo experience or two.
That have grown closer to Ron McGill.
Not entirely sure what that means.
That is. Are
I've
you an
been to the
alien?
zoo.
Are you an alien? Are
you
Are
okay?
you not a human being anymore?
They've had zoo
Is there a skinwalker amongst us?
Are you a lizard person, Dan?
No one talks like this.
Ship be sinking.
He's got a. Are any of you going? Because
That's how you say it.
There we go.
Much better.
Zoo experience.
Got you closer to Ron McGill.
Are any of you craving sustenance at all? Am I hungry to eat lunch?
Roy, give people the details so that they can support Ron McGill the way nobody in the world supports Ron McGill.
Yeah, it's the Monster Masquerade at Zoo Miami. Is this Saturday, October 18th, starting at 7 o'clock. Folks, this is adults only. Don't bring your kids, all right?
Ron McGill event.
You can probably meet up with Ron McGill. He's probably going to be dressed up as a vampire. And he's offering this code RONMM25. That's RONMM25 to get 15% off your tickets. And you can find those tickets at zoomiami.org/monster.
Ron McGill event.
Do you go in a costume to this, or there's just a costume contest? Like, is everyone expected to be dressed up, or just some people are dressed up?
Ron McGill event.
A masquerade, so yes.
You
So
just cover
yes?
the eyes.
Yeah, dress up.
Wait, you cover the eyes?
Yeah, in a
This is
masquerade,
like-
you wear a masquerade mask.
Is this?
Ron McGill event.
Those kind of things? I don't
That's
know.
like a nice wide shut party.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
how about
This
that?
That's
is,
my kind
always
of
wanted to go
party.
to that.
Halloween edition.
I'm
like
into
those.
You like
that.
those?
I like those.
I don't like those. I want to be on the
I'm
record. I don't
into
like those.
that.
I want to go to one.
Yeah.
I'm with you,
What?
Jay-Z.
Hold
Yup.
on. You're with him
McGill
at one?
event.
I've seen that movie, BG, and I've always said to myself, I'd like to check one of
That
those
party's
parties out.
Just want to watch.
You know what that
Creep around
party
in my cape, have a mask, no one knows who I am, and just head on out of there.
I'm
Ron
not watching.
McGill
I'm
event.
trying to participate.
One of those
Trying
big,
to participate? Have you seen that movie?
You know my style.
one of
Come
those
on.
big phallic noses.
Greg, you watching? You participating?
In the masquerade event?
Yeah.
I'm non-attending.
Really?
McGill event.
No, I'm just kidding. I might be there.
What if it's?
Oh, that's such. Wait a minute. That is.
I
not,
might be
mean,
there.
Yo, chicken time.
What?
GC, you're not going to be there. How fast you can't even walk? Come on, bro. How are you going to walk the mall?
You
That's a
pretend to
good
be
point.
Ron McGill's friend, and then you just grift off his stories for profit.
It's a whack line, GC.
You write his books, ghostwrite his books, and take all the money because he's a sucker. Ron McGill.
Oh, the well-spoken chicken.
Ron McGill event.
You've written 2 books more than you've written back in my days around here, just grifting off of Ron McGill's legacy.
A chicken using the word grifting. Huh? That's very impressive.
Ron McGill event.
Ron, we got to respect that music more than that. This can't just be everything that Jeremy farts out.
Ron McGill event.
We have another event
We'll all say we went.
that you guys will enjoy and go to because we got a Miller Lite watch party, and it is a block party. We are going to the Hood. Alex Rodriguez's Hood.
Our hood, me and Mike. A home game for the boys.
So I think I can say, I don't have this wrong, is Doral as Cuban as where we're headed right now?
Doral is not nearly anywhere as Cuban as where
So,
we're going.
Venezuela.
Have we ever done what we're doing as our block party in the Hood, A-Rod's Hood, Have we done that in 20 years in Miami before?
Yeah, we did the Miller's Ale House in a
that's a good
similar
one.
area.
That's a Kendall staple.
That was
also.
a Braylon Edwards Jets game.
Wow.
Yeah.
What year would have that been?
Are you a human being? What happened? Where is Dan?
That's a sentence.
Where is Dan?
Zaz, take a look at
What happened
Pull
to
off his
Dan?
mask. It
What
might be like
year would have that been?
Braylon Edwards is
What
just,
year was that?
it's one hell of a callback to say that the last time we were in Cuban Miami would have been 2009, the last time the Jets had a wide receiver that anybody cared about. Like,
Yeah. 08, I think is when that trade happened. 08, 09. Didn't Ted Ginn catch a deep pass in that game?
So forgive me.
Yes.
The place that we are, though, right now with the Jets and the Dolphins is everyone in the sport laughs at the bottom of the AFC East, which is being fought for by, if you're looking at the history of this league as a historian, Greg Cody. The Patriots have dominated the sport for 20 years. While the Dolphins weren't making a playoff game, the Patriots were 7-3 in Super Bowls. Like, just asinine when you think about it. Asinine. Whatever the Chiefs hope to be, may it be as great as whatever that. It's not even half as great yet, even though it's done in a more condensed time. What that Patriots team did for 10 years is a total insanity. During that time, the Miami Dolphins, the Jets, and the Bills fought for the bottom of the division. The Bills went 17 years without winning a playoff game, and now the Dolphins are the laughingstock. And instead of laughing at the Jets today, the country is still laughing at the Dolphins and talking about the apocalypse around them, while Des Bryant and LaShawn McCoy don't talk about the Jets.
And speaking of the Dolphins, they're going to be playing the Ravens October 30th, and you can watch that at Flanagan's in Kendall. That's where the watch party.
Come have a Flanagan's experience.
Yeah, October 30th.
I'm not. You're going to call me a homer for this. I'm not being a homer to say that the only winless team in the league, the team that Miami beat, is the laughingstock more than the Dolphins.
The only reason I say it is because now you've added the gas of, we know the Jets don't have a quarterback. But do we also know that the Dolphins don't have one? Because it's like the only reason the Dolphins would be the story today instead of the Jets is because, dear God, they can't even get that the quarterback and coach can't fight in public about anything? Like that's incompetent. That the quarterback says the thing after the game while everything's going down that makes it look like he's pointing all the fingers that way, and then the coach has to do the next day. No, don't point him at me, man. Come on. He misrepresented because they've all lost everything because this is what the lack of leadership looks like when you fall to 1-5. Like, my guess is it's not what it would look like if Tomlin were 1-5 right now. Maybe I've got that wrong.
I mean, I think, sorry, Greg, I think part of it is, look, the Jets have a first-year head coach, so even though they're embarrassing, it's expected that they're going to be crappy. The Dolphins, it's the same coach they've had. It's the same quarterback they've had. For the most part, it's the same, Tyreek Hill, it's the same wide receiver they've had. And, oh, my God, they have completely fallen on their face from what they were. So I guess it's more interesting then.
I'm just saying that Tua, this past Sunday, had the game-winning drive with less than a minute left. He was 8 for 8 in that drive. And then the special teams and the defense sabotaged the whole thing.
Why don't they kick it out of the back of the end zone? Why don't they do that? They got the ball at the 41-yard line. Like, why aren't we kicking out of the back of the end zone there?
It's special teams defense just completely
I mean, the Chargers
exploded.
did it after they scored. Chargers did it.
Guys, can I just take the larger – I know everyone's tired of the Dolphins, but just the larger conversation on what Billy's saying, which is, if I have Vrabel – do all of a sudden the Dolphins somehow have a 4-2 victory because at the end of the game, Vrabel knows how to clock manage Bill Belichick and then all the other disciplines that fall after that? If the difference between winning and losing is nothing, it's microscopic, it's air, even if you have a terrible defense, is one organization knows what it's doing and the other one does not know what it's doing, no matter who the players are. If I say to you, the Dolphins were well run enough to be, by some miracle today, 4-2 because whatever, they won the game at Carolina that they were leading in double digits, and they won the Patriots game because somebody fumbled, and they win the Chargers game. If the conversation were different around all of this with the winning, none of this feels like this. It's crazy to think about it from that perspective, that this team is epically bad and is going to prove it, and all of them are going to sink in the shit of it, but it may not actually be quite that bad because they could be 4-2 if they were just run this much better that didn't lose all the games at the end, that makes it so they make the tackle on Herbert somehow, somebody. They know that Ladd McConkey in the open field is a nightmare. You can't let him go 40 yards with one guy on him unless you have no defense and can never stop anyone because everyone's going to rush for 200 yards against you. Like, the idea that with this much coaching, you guys are telling me they could be 4-2.
That's that league, though, right? Like, that's that league. It's not like when the good team plays the bad team in college and the good team wins by 28 points. The good team plays the bad team in the NFL. It's a one-score game a lot of times. Like, that's that league, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, and I mean, the Bills game was also a one-score game until the end also. Like, they played them close, and
That's
the
the
Bills
league.
have been viewed as an elite team, even though it's been pointed out by Juju, they haven't beat anybody, right? So, like, even if they were 4-2, they would be a bad 4-2. We'd just be convincing ourselves that they were not that bad.
But they wouldn't be 4-2. That's the whole point. They would never be 4-2 because they're a bad team. And you lose close games when you're a bad team.
The fact that the Buffalo Bills are still the betting favorite to win the Super Bowl tells you how even this is and how much there's a lack of
Who
a
would you put
dominant
ahead
team.
of them? Who do you even put ahead of them?
I mean, that's just it. There's like Green Bay's up there, obviously Philadelphia probably still, but there's no great team. There's no dominant team this year. In the case of Miami, yeah, they could be 4-2, at least 3-3, and I don't think it's all coaching. I think it's bad players, particularly on defense. You know, Chris Greer's the guy who let them start a season with the worst cornerback play in the entire NFL. That's not coaching.
If I may, because we haven't done much college football, Lucy Rodin will be around here in a little bit. I think Jessica will be as well. I did want to mention that the University of Miami, the last time they lost at home was to Louisville, correct? So
It's at Louisville.
So and Louisville is a 14.
Louisville.
They're a 2-touchdown underdog, and I think, tell me if I have this wrong, even though Mario Cristobal's team will be doubted and we will see an ACC championship when we see it, but to date, they look like the best team in the conference now that it's not FSU or Clemson conference anymore, now that the conference is wide open. But they've got a game against a team that probably represents the best chance to beat them, if it's not Georgia Tech, on the remainder of the schedule because Louisville can go anywhere in any part of the country and beat anyone on the right day.
They're
right?
4-1. Jeff Brom I really respect him as a coach and the matchups that he's had against Miami. He knows how to attack Miami.
SMU won't be easy. At SMU won't be easy.
I mean, traveling on the road, you don't think? We'll see. But I think that this line's a little inflated. You look across the nation, as impressive as Miami's been, you ask yourself, is there a team in the nation right now that you foresee going undefeated the whole way through? I don't think we're at that point yet, although Miami is very balanced. I think, look, Friday nights inside the ACC have proven to be a bit spooky. I respect the coach. They have some talent. They have an NFL wide receiver. They have a great back in Brown that's from Homestead. I think they can hang around that number.
Dude, if the Canes lose to any of these teams, it's going to be a massive disappointment.
You're there where now you're after seeing it, you're like, it's disappointing if they don't have a perfect regular season.
I'm there because of what we've seen from the Canes.
Right on.
And because of who these other teams are.
That's great. Year 4 Mario Cristobal. You are disappointed if they don't finish a regular season undefeated. That's great. He did his job.
I think the betting odds would be that they finish 11-1. You can't expect a perfect season, but I'm sold on UM, and I'm not going to doubt UM until they.
Oh, but
give
hold
me
on.
reasons.
I don't want to just skip back. I don't want to just skip past what just happened there, though. Hold on a second. When we talk about James Franklin gets fired at 34-8, and we saw Mike McDaniel go from 9-2 homogeneous to now you'll go up in flames in 2 years around here. Mike Ryan is looking at sports radio legend Zaslow and saying, really? That's the standard again here. So you're telling me right now, a month into the college football season, and not merely that the U is back, that guy who will fire coach every 10 minutes says, no, Mario Cristobal has the expectation that if they don't go undefeated, he has not done his job correctly.
It's not the standard to go undefeated, but we're in the midway point of the season. I know what I'm watching, all right?
Tougher part of the schedule is seemingly behind you.
Yep. And at this point, I think it's okay to set the expectation that if they lose to any of these teams on the remainder of their schedule, that would be a massive disappointment. And if I say that, then I'm also, of course, saying that They should finish the regular season undefeated. When Mike Ryan believes, and you could be right, that Louisville is that Louisville is the toughest team remaining on the schedule, and the Canes are a 2-touchdown favorite, then I'm okay with saying the Canes should finish this regular season undefeated.
No, the Canes should win a game in which are a 2-touchdown favorite. We agree there.
I would say, though, just having seen what you're saying about the really fun first half of the season, where there are plenty of teams that look good to me, but not as many that look as good as Miami. I don't think there are a lot of teams in America that are going to be a 14-point favorite on Louisville. Just if I take any team in America, Ohio State maybe, but I don't think anyone else is going to get 2 touchdowns. So the money's telling you, no, they're 2 touchdowns better. They're 2 touchdowns better than Louisville, but
Louisville. They take exception to this.
Louisville. One syllable. Louisville. Maybe 2.
Louisville. Is that how Schnellenberger said it?
Yeah, Louisville.
That's right. It's a battle for the boots, Dan. Did you know that? We battle for boots. We won the boots the last time. They play for a trophy, these 2 schools. It should be a pipe. Come on. Societal shit, folks.
Billy, I'm sorry that we didn't do any FIU. The FIU winning at Western Kentucky.
Oh, last night we were all Panthers. I'll tell you what. I had more people reach out to me and say pause up than ever before. What a game. I love Tuesday night football. I'm going to say that right now. If you think people are watching the World Series now,
FIU breaks a
they're not watching the World Series.
10-game road losing streak. FIU breaks.
I love your head coach. That is a great hire.
Willie Simmons? Oh, shotgun. It's his nickname.
More water.
Good point, Gilly.
Scared when I disappear for my honeymoon. I'm going to come back and I feel like things are just going to be gone. There's the possibility like the shipping container room just floated off into the Atlantic Ocean.
We're still not out of hurricane season.
Yeah, I am going to fall it's very easy to fall very far behind, very fast when it comes to the amount of stimulation and news and sports stuff that you are getting. Billy was off the grid. He comes back. Everything's changed except his inability to say anything quickly. So
he's white now.
Everything is different. Like you.
That's the most efficient you've ever been.
Yes. Look at that. Did you learn something on your honeymoon? Okay, so lest you think he has cured his ills of not being efficient. Please play for the audience. This is Billy Rusty returning from his honeymoon. Just him simply trying to say where he was.
I've had a lot of awkwardness, in my entire life, I guess. But recently I've had a bunch of awkwardness. So I'd say from the honeymoon, I think the most memorable thing that we did was, so in Barbados, they have an annual carnival, right? Or carnival or whatever, right? It's called Crop Over. And it's at the end, it's actually called Kadooment. But that's
for the love of God. All right, go sit outside for a second. We'll get back to it. Whoa! You would have kept going. You would have given it 20 names if I didn't cut you off and kick you out. You would have given it 20 names. Actually, the roots of the word come from the 1700s and indigenous people.
I was upset you did that to Billy his first day back, but hearing it back, he absolutely deserved it.
Again, yes. I want you to hear again, just Mike, the last part of it, where he's simply trying to say, Billy is simply trying to tell us, this is a very simple transaction. Hey, Billy, where were you? What were you doing? He got snagged and stuck on where were you?
I've had a lot of awkwardness, in my entire life, I guess. But recently I've had a bunch of awkwardness. So I'd say from the honeymoon, I think the most memorable thing that we did was, so in Barbados, they have an annual carnival, right? Or carnival or whatever, right? It's called Crop Over. And it's at the end, it's actually called Kadooment, but that's a different story.
All right, go sit outside. How do I not get frustrated with that? Like I missed it for 10 days, but I don't miss it anymore.
Those are important details.
I normally don't hear, but I heard it.
All right, start again then. And real quick, Mike, just the short version, Billy being asked, where were you, Billy, on your honeymoon? This is a simple question. It gets a simple response in most circumstances, unless you're talking to Billy.
So in Barbados, they have an annual carnival, right, or carnival or whatever, right? It's called Crop Over, and it's at the end. Well, it's actually called Kadooment, but that's a different story.
All right, Billy, we've established where you are and what it's called, kind of. Now, proceed.
All right, so this is how it works. Crop Over is like a couple months long, and Kadooment is like the grand finale, and it's like a carnival type thing, and you guys will see from time to time, every once in a while, Rihanna will go back to Barbados, and she'll be like parading in the streets, and it's like Brazilian carnival, basically. So we wanted to do that, which is not something that at all is something that I would probably ever be in my comfort zone, right? You would think me parading.
It's a lack of repressions. It is free, liberated people being themselves. So of course that's the worst place in the world for you to be soaked in fear.
Oh, it gets worse. So to participate in this, you have to sign up with what are called bands, and they have a bunch of different bands that you sign up for. So we found a band, and then I get my costume. You have to pay to get costumes. So I'm going through the streets, and I'm shirtless, and I'm in pink shorts and a cowboy hat and all this fake jewelry that they have on, that it's like massive, like this pendant around my chest and like these arm cuffs. So I'm like going through the streets dressed not in all way that I'd ever be comfortable doing it. And I thought that, you know what, it's like a parade. It'll be like the Three Kings parade that they have in you know, Dade County, and it'll be like a couple blocks, whatever, Thanksgiving Day parade. So when we're in the taxi to get there, I asked the guy, I go, how long is this parade? And he's like, oh, it's 9 to 10 miles. And I'm like, whoa. 9 to 10 miles, like that cannot be right. So I'm like feverishly looking through my phone. Like, I need to find the parade route. I need to know exactly where I'm going through Barbados. I need to know.
You're doing this with like bejeweled and all sorts of fake jewelry.
Oh yeah, dressed like a clown in the back of it. And don't get me started on Barbados taxis, because it doesn't cost $20 American to go everywhere. Okay, like I went like 10 blocks. $20 is way too much to go on a taxi 10 blocks. All right.
Once you're in the cab in their territory, they've got you, Bill. It doesn't matter. You're lucky it was only $20.
Put it on the poll. Once you're on the cab in their territory, do they have you?
It's a home game for them.
A bit steep for the amount of travel that we were, like 2 miles, $20 seems like a lot, but whatever. So I find out that it's actually a 10K, which is like 6 miles. But either way, I'm not prepared to be walking through the heat dressed like a clown for 6 miles. I haven't walked 6 miles in my life, I don't think. I don't know the last time I did it. And I wasn't wearing my Fitbit, so none of the steps counted. That's the only reason I wear my Fitbit, so my steps count. But if I don't wear my Fitbit, the steps don't count. So it was a total waste of time walking through here. And I was sunburned, obviously. There was lots of
the jewelry. From the jewelry.
Oh, if I could show you the burn that
please
I had.
Please do. Like,
oh wow!
I had a giant circle here for a little bit. Yeah, there was a big circle here for a little bit. Yeah. Everyone was drinking alcohol, but I was drinking water. I thought I was going to pass out and die on the street.
You were careful and
obviously.
responsible at Carnival.
Zoo experience. Dan doesn't make sense. What the fuck was that? Dan is really weird.
Spiro is here, and Tony and Mike are very excited about that. But just before we get to him, and I'm sure maybe Spiro hasn't seen this. I'd be curious if he has. But when Mike mentioned Jeff Brom, every single time anyone mentions him, all I think of with Jeff Brom is not grizzled football coach who returns to Louisville heroically. It's XFL quarterback who played like 2 minutes after getting his neck just totally cranked, and then gave one of the all-time interviews in the history of the XFL.
Orlando Rager led by quarterback Jeff Brom, 17. Orlando Rager led by quarterback Jeff Brom, 17.
No, I'm sorry. That's the wrong video. We'll get that in a second. Spiro. Oh, here it is. Here it is. No, he's coming off to the sideline.
No, this is a highlight package, which I'm appreciating.
Yeah,
as a
let's
big
rock
XFL guy. You know what a sicko I am about spring football is? I saw what was in queue, and I'm like, that's not it. No, that's not concussed Jeff Brom saying let's ride. That's not it.
The Orlando Rage were so good that first season until Jeff Brom got hurt. Then the LA Extreme came in, and Tommy Maddox ends up getting back into the
Tommy
NFL
Maddox,
as a result.
what a name.
But man, and they had the sickest jersey. Look at those Orlando Rage jerseys.
I will
He's
say
in a
that
gurney on the field.
This video is pretty
Not for
great
long.
because he was laid on his side.
Yeah.
Vince
Yeah.
McMahon was this good shit.
For a guy to take a hit like that and then come back on the sideline and cheer his team on, that really was touching. You know, I'm getting goosebumps now thinking about it.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
He was on.
There he is. Hold on.
Taking that hit just 6 days ago.
Well, let me answer that question by asking you 2 questions. One, is this or is this not the XFL? Yes, it is. 2, do I or do I not currently have a pulse? Yes, I do. Let's play football.
Hell yeah, Jeff Brom.
Come on, Dan.
I'm taking the plus 13.5. I'm sorry to say this.
God, and that was before champion was back to being champion, too, those jerseys. Oh! Spiro, you know what we're talking about, right?
Brings back memories. I miss the XFL. How you guys doing?
Thank you for your maiden voyage with our show, Speedo.
It looks like a movie.
It's an unbelievable injury. Like, his face was sideways, and he was concussed in a way that, no, this was not
Where's his
helping.
chin strap?
He's got a pulse.
He played 6 days later. Spiro, can Tony, Mike, explain to the audience and to Spiro why it is that you love him. Like, love him more than you guys love most announcers.
This has been percolating for close to a decade. I think about 7 years ago, I noticed that you got a lot of AFC South assignments. You've become basically the unofficial voice of the AFC South. And while those games may not scream at you at the start of the schedule and when the kickoffs begin at 1 o'clock, you're always a prominent fixture during the witching hour because this division is so competitive. And let me just say, when you say Mo Alley Cox, it's goosebumps. I don't know what it is specifically about Mo Alley Cox being in the back of that end zone when Spiro Dides is on the call. But it's magic, man. It's like he is your signature player. When I close my eyes and I think of an AFC South game, the soundtrack of it is Spiro Dides saying, "Touchdown, Mo Alley Cox."
Yeah, no question. We just wanted to shout that at you. Like, it's what I associate you with. It's just that one 4-syllable beautiful name.
I guess our question is, do you agree, Mo Alley Cox?
Yes. I do, Mike. Thank you. I just want to formally thank you for your support and your love over the years, and know that we do have one fan around the country who appreciates what we do in the AFC South. We actually have a text group chat with my partner Adam Archuleta and Aditi and my producers.
Hey,
the title of it is AFC South Crew.
Hell yeah! All right,
is our group chat. So,
I accept your invite.
Yes, you will be getting an invite as soon as this interview is finished.
It is funny that to watch. Chris Myers went to my high school, and the highest he will get in broadcasting is, I get some of these games over here because Jacksonville is where I have to go every once in a while. Why you're expecting him? For some reason, you guys were thinking you were going to hear him on the Raiders the other day.
We thought it was going to be Colts Raiders, which is when I close my eyes, I hear Spiro Dides Colts Raiders 4:25 in the afternoon window, and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm locked into that game.
Basically, Spiro, you should have investment properties in Indianapolis. They must all know you.
We do. Our Arch and I do check real estate trends in Indianapolis and Jacksonville at the start of every season. We've spent so many times, so many weekends there, and so many days there. It's gotten almost comical at this point. But I will say, seeing the Colts, go now to this higher level, it's almost like seeing one of your children grow up to do like wonderful and amazing things. So we are enjoying seeing some of these successes of our babies go on and do great things in the world.
Look, the Colts might be too good. I don't want them to get Nance and Romo assignments here. This is not good. You got to ride the horse that brung you. All right, there is an official voice of the AFC South here, and now we have a team that appears to be AFC Championship caliber. Yeah. Spiro needs to be on these calls. Get Nance out of here.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if Nance and Romo on a Colts game sounds right. There's something off with that. I think I'm gonna lobby my bosses.
I got to hear him say Mo Alley Cox. I've never heard him say it, but it just won't hit the same way. Spiro.
It is a great name to say. You just punch it like phonetically. It's just one of those nice names. You just enjoy it coming off your tongue.
Spiro, Spiro. Spiro, Spiro. Colts versus Jaguars.
This is the highlight of my broadcast career, fellas. Thank you very much. Thank you for making me feel good.
Well, as someone who's as good as you actually are, though, you do hear the music and what it is you do. And as they make fun of you on Mo Alley Cox, it is a musical.
Whoa. No, make fun.
This is great.
I thought they were giving me a compliment.
What
are you doing, Dan? What are you doing?
Spiro, pay him no mind. He's a shit,
That's what he
sir.
does.
We are Team
Guys, I
Spiro
got you.
here. Thank you.
Dan just doesn't understand. He's
Thank
more
you.
of a he doesn't get it. He doesn't get our connection.
Daniel Jones, everyone in the league, when you hear them talking about him the way they are presently talking about him and presently talking about Indianapolis as best team in the league when we don't know who's good in the league, it's confusing to you?
I think it's like wonderfully confusing. You know, I mean, this is a guy who got beat up as much as he did in New York with the New York press and the fan base out there, and it's just kind of cool to see him have a moment like this in the NFL. Because look, say what you want about Daniel Jones and his shortcomings and some of the stuff that happened with the Giants, the guy works hard. You know, he stays out of trouble, and I think he's a like teammate in his locker room. So I think to see someone have a moment in time like this is kind of cool to see. And, you know, who knows if it lasts? Obviously, it's going to get tougher as the year goes on. But I think when you have a running game and a player like Jonathan Taylor, Dan, in your offensive backfield, and some of the other guys that they have around him, you know, who knows? You know, it's one of those wacky years, and you guys were just talking about it. I mean, there's no dominant, unbeatable team. And maybe this is a year that a team like the Colts can get into the playoffs and win a postseason game and see what kind of crazy things might happen.
Spiro, we know it was a whole story a few weeks ago with Tom Brady and the production meetings and coaches. Are they going to give information? Do you ever feel like the coaches are not being completely forthcoming with you?
I do. I think some guys are guarded, Jonathan, and I think that comes across. Obviously, there's some coaches that are open books and that will answer any question you have in some of those settings. And it is a different setting. I mean, we're in their facility. We're in usually like a little meeting room, a conference room, and it's very casual. It's very informal. But as you guys know, there's some guys that are very guarded and measured in what they say. And one thing I always found interesting, it's the older coaches that have been doing it a long time that seem to be looser and more kind of open to answering our questions. And it's the young guys, usually not all the time, but it's the new guys, you know, the guys who've been doing it only a couple of years that are a little bit more measured. And that's one thing that I've always found interesting. The whole thing with Tom Brady, I think it was maybe much ado about nothing. The one thing I will say that maybe I could understand how some teams would be a little would have an issue with that is that he's now a partial owner, obviously, of the Raiders, and he's gaining access to guys who are potential free agents who may be coming on the market, and that could give him maybe a little bit of an unfair advantage because it gives him a chance to maybe build a relationship with one of these guys. And so that was one thing that was brought up that made sense, but all the other stuff I thought was maybe probably blown out of proportion a little bit.
When you say, though, that the younger guys are more careful, I would assume that's because they, as the young people, treat it even more as if it's an information business and they don't want you to know anything, and the old guys are just more comfortable doing it old school. That the young people think all information is important information, so that why would they give you any of it?
Yeah, and I think that's a good point, Dan. I think the other thing is, you know, they don't know who they can trust yet. And I don't think that they've done this long enough to know that, you know, we're not the local media. Like, we're not the local beat writer who maybe is looking to find that gotcha moment that I'm going to go write something negative. We know that if we betray confidences, if a head coach tells us something about a player and we use that on the air, we're going to see this team probably 2 weeks down the road, 4 or 5 weeks down the road. And if it's an AFC South team, as you guys know, I'm going to see them probably very often. So if I betray that confidence, they're not going to maybe even want to see me again. So that's something that I think some of the younger coaches don't understand. But eventually it's explained to them that, hey, you know, the CBS crew that's in here to do the game, this is not the local beat writer. So I think most of them get it. And I think when that happens, it makes for just a really nice free-flowing conversation where we can get all kinds of good, juicy tidbits on the team.
Spiro, as the official, unofficial voice of the AFC South, Tell us how good Cam Ward is going to be based on what you've seen. What's his ceiling in the NFL?
It's a great question. He has these moments, as you guys have seen, where, he just shows this crazy potential where he's running all over the place and he makes these throws that, shows you the kind of arm talent that he has. But now, like we've seen guys with so many of these first-round high draft pick quarterbacks, he's going to have to go through the trauma of a coaching change and everything that comes along with that. Because the NFL, professional football, is so different than all of these other sports. A coaching change, it's not like it is in the NBA where, a new guy comes in and, everything pretty much stays the same. In football, everything changes. I mean, it's a new regime. It's a whole new playbook. He's got an entire offseason of preparing to play in a Brian Callahan-led offense. Now he's going to have to completely turn the page. Who knows what they do in the offseason? I don't think anyone thinks Mike McCoy is going to be the long-term coach there. And so how does he handle that? From everything we saw, we had them, I think it was week 2 or 3. They said that he processes really fast. He is very bright. He's got a high IQ. That lends me to think that he will eventually be okay. But, I just think that they need to make, these decisions that they've got coming up in the offseason are going to be vital and will go a long way in determining what kind of player he becomes. Because I'll say this, the other interesting thing is we go into all these different NFL buildings. You can very quickly, after just spending a couple hours there, seeing how they run their practices, seeing what the infrastructure is around these young quarterbacks, it becomes very quickly evident why certain teams have success and why other teams don't have success. And I think Tennessee's at a crossroads right now. They got to make some big decisions coming up.
Spiro, correct me if I'm wrong and ChatGPT is wrong, but I remember this about you. You went to Fordham, and I think you went to school at the same time Tony Reale did. You guys called games together?
Yep.
That's a lot of Mediterranean energy on one broadcast. Was Tony always like that?
Tony was probably crazier when we were at Fordham. He was a little wilder back in those days, but yeah, he was. Tony was a year ahead of me, so we did a lot of Fordham games together. A lot of traveling up to like Olean, New York, to do St. Bonaventure Fordham games and these wacky long bus rides. So it was great fun, man, and just to see him. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that we all knew Tony was very talented, obviously, but he wanted to do games. He wanted to be a play-by-play announcer. So to see him go eventually become, like stat boy, we're like, holy crap, Tony's on ESPN. He's working with Kornheiser and Wilbon. That was incredible. And then to go to the next level and to have this, crazy long running show, man, it's just amazing to see. And he's one of the sweetheart guys, just as you guys know, it's just incredible. So I hope he's doing well, and I can't wait to see what he does next.
You shouldn't be on this Cleveland-Miami game, right?
Feels wrong.
Even though he does do a lot of AFC East games also. I one time saw Spiro at an unnamed resort over in Fort Lauderdale. I'm not going to say which one it was.
Whoa,
but
wow.
I saw him at the coffee shop, went up to him, me and my brother, said, "Hey, Spiro, big fan of yours." He said, "Thanks, man." Gave me a thumbs up and then kept going.
Super lucky.
You remember that?
Really?
Do you remember that, Spiro?
If I say the name of the resort, you're going to know.
Wait, in Fort Lauderdale?
Fort
So
Lauderdale,
that would
a
have
couple
been
years ago.
Say it. We don't want
Not
anyone
the
to know
dip-
where he stayed 15 years ago.
So we were there for a Dolphins game.
You were there for a
obviously.
Dolphins-Patriots game. You were there with the whole crew.
Was this the Diplomat?
It was. Attaboy.
Don't say it.
Don't say it,
Coffee
Spiro.
bar.
We
We're going to know where Tony was 10 years ago.
No, it's not 10 years. It was 2 years ago, but I'm protecting Spiro, not me, by the way.
This is part of the
This
problem.
is it's not a secret. It's the CBS hotel. That's where all the crews.
Okay, so at the
Now
Diplomat.
that's
you can secure
Anytime Spiro's in town and cover the Dolphins, he's at the Diplomat.
That's why they can't send him the big games.
Yes.
This
Security risk.
Well, you call
I do have a security detail. It's a lot of autograph seekers.
you calling Dolphins Browns. I'm sure you're going to do a great job with it, but this is the problem with the Colts being too good, man. This is not my AFC South boys. By the way,
I feel like a fish
like?
out of water. Yeah.
What was the group chat like when Callahan got fired? Was it popping? Was it buzzing? God, I can't wait to
honestly, we were a little sad. We like Brian. Brian's a good dude. He's been great with us. He was actually one of the few young coaches that would give us great stuff in our meetings, and it just for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. So we're a little sad, to be honest with you, to see Brian go. I think he's a good guy. He's a really good offensive mind, and I don't think there's any doubt he'll probably be an OC somewhere next year. But you don't want to see a guy lose his job like that, especially the good guys. And Brian's definitely one of the good ones.
Mike, you didn't get what you wanted because he's just saying he gave us information in the meetings, and that's why he lost. The other guys weren't giving him information.
He's got relationships with him. Although I can assume that you like Liam Cohen. He speaks like he's a breath of fresh air when it comes to media availabilities. Spiro, you are famously Greek. We can tell this by your name. So I would like to run like a culinary king of the mountain with you. Because I'm part of a big Greek family, so I would like to know what Spiridides thinks by process of elimination is the top Greek dish. Will you indulge me here?
Yeah. Wait, you're Greek?
No, I married into it. Big Greek family.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
We begin with dessert. Loukoumades versus baklava.
Baklava.
All right. So baklava versus pastitsio.
Well, that one's a dessert.
I know. We're playing King of the Mountain, though, Spiro. That's the rules.
Come on, Spiro, play the game. Come on.
Pastitsio.
Pastitsio
Oh,
versus...
you know how he pronounces it, too?
Pastitsio versus gyro.
Pastitsio.
Pastitsio versus souvlaki.
See, it just depends what the quality is, you know. I would say probably I'll go souvlaki.
Souvlaki versus moussaka.
Souvlaki. I'm not a moussaka guy.
Souvlaki versus saganaki, which is just cheese.
Oh, we love that.
Well, I love saganaki.
A good saganaki is very, very good. I'm going to stick with souvlaki, though.
Souvlaki versus spanakopita.
Spanakopita.
Wow. That's the champion. And look at this beefcake from Hofstra right here. It's Reale. Look at these two guys. And Reale was the one who, what did I say?
Jesus Christ. That's got to be the worst haircut ever in the history of broadcasting. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
sorry I made it Hofstra.
No, my haircut.
No,
Tony's is great.
your hair's killing it, man. Ah, man. Jesus. You've been doing this for a long time.
I look like Paulie D from Jersey Shore, my goodness.
Yeah, it was as a Mediterranean man myself, it was really cool seeing you get your start really early. Yeah, I'm Mediterranean. I got that olive skin. You know about that olive skin, Zaz? You don't know about that.
You don't know shit about that, Zaz.
Nah,
but Spiro has been doing this for a really long time. His voice has been associated with the NFL, and he's still a very young man. It was crazy that you got your break so soon. That doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, no, I was very lucky, very lucky. Well, I had the good fortune. One of my college professors at Fordham worked in PR in New York City, and so when he heard my tape at the local Fordham radio station called FUV, which a lot of the pro guys have come out, like Mike Breen and Bob Papa, Michael Kay, all those guys. And so when he heard my tape, he said that he knew a lot of people in the business and he thought he could help me, and he actually got my gig doing the XFL. So that was like my first foray into the pro ranks, and that everything started from there. It was a wild, crazy ride.
Spiro, when you're doing the tournament and you're doing what, 3-4 games in a row? I mean, it's got to be so hard, right?
Crazy, yeah. The first day of the tournament is probably the most taxing experience that you could have doing this, because it's not only the amount of games, but it's also the fact that like this is like the big moment for these players and these teams. So you want to, you're studying, you're preparing like around the clock leading up to that first day of the tournament. So you've got like the mental stress of like wanting to do these guys justice and to give them their proper due. And so it's unlike any event, any assignment that any of us that are fortunate enough to do the tournament. And it's great. And now to add to the craziness, my partner Jim Spinarkle and I the last couple of years have done both nights of the first 4 in Dayton, and then so it's the multiple games Tuesday, 2 games Wednesday, get on a plane, go to our first round site, and then 4 more games on Thursday. So it's pretty bananas, and I just got to get sleep, man, that week before the tournament, because you're going to be catching like an hour or 2 if you're lucky.
Last question before we let you go here. In terms of the runs that you've been associated with, whether it's multiple Laker championships or Linsanity, like what do you regard as the highlight of what it is that you've been around where you're getting the most goosebumps because you're like, you can't believe that you've arrived in a place. I don't even know how old you would have been during Linsanity, right?
Yeah. Man, Linsanity got, 2012, so I was probably 30, maybe 35, 36. That Dan was crazy, just as like this little brief sustained run. But I think when I'm at the end of my career and I'm thinking about like the big moments, it's probably going to be the run with the Lakers, and just because
Thought it was a touchdown to Mo Alley Cox in the back of the end zone.
that's number 3. That's number 3 on the list. But like to experience the NBA Finals at that young age was wild. But then for it to be Lakers Celtics, the ultimate rivalry in the history of the NBA, and to experience it twice, to experience like what the fans were like throwing rocks at our bus, getting in and out of the arena, shaking the bus as we were coming out after they had beaten us in 2008. All of that stuff, man, it was just incredible. Just like to be behind the curtain when they eventually won it, and to like be at the championship, because you see these teams celebrating championships in the locker room as a kid. Then all of a sudden you're in that locker room, and then you're at the post-game celebration where everything just is just incredible. So to experience all that stuff with Kobe and Phil Jackson and all those guys was quite something.
Now, typically, Dan likes to pretend this is a piano bar, but you're not on a Colts game this week. So I have a request. Can you give us a faux Alley Cox? Just for your boys, one last time here in the back row that love the unofficial voice of the AFC South, can you call us a faux Alley Cox touchdown in the back of the end zone?
You ready?
I don't know.
Oh, my God, he's going to do it for us.
It's going to be a 3rd and 10, Indianapolis down 6
He's always
with
there.
27 seconds left. Daniel Jones from the gun takes the snap, drops back, rolls right. He's got a guy, back corner of the end zone, fires, and it's caught. Mo Alley Cox and the Indianapolis Colts in front are going to win it on a last-second toss.
It's a tie
and
game,
again, it's
actually.
Mo Alley Cox.
Well, they need the PAT.
Yeah, they got to kick this member down 6.
Oh, no.
They do need a PAT.
He blew he blew the call.
Tie game, overtime.
Why he's doing Browns games.
Man, you guys are sticklers, man.
Yeah. Well, just the next time
that's why I'm the AFC South. I blew it.
The next time the real thing happens, put a little extra on it. Your boys will be listening.
I will.
Thank you, Spiro. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Efcaristo.
He calls games we love. Colts versus Jaguars.
Jeremy has been cooking in the other room. He badly wants to talk baseball.
I like this version of JT.
He's been warming up the entire game, trying to get in the game. We have not allowed him in the game. So, Jeremy, go ahead and give me whatever thoughts you have on last night's baseball games. Pitch clock and in other places, you have a very confined space here to talk baseball.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Dan. He was spectacular. And what he taught everyone once again is that throwing strikes is really all you need to do as a pitcher. Mixed quadrants, up, down, left, right. Stay in the zone, give the team an opportunity to hit, and great things happen. He was dominant after Blake Snell was technically better the night before. Complete game, 3 hits. It was insane. Dodgers are unbelievable, Dan.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Greg is now officially in the mode where the only thing that he's interested in is baseball. In baseball, I'm guessing would be, will the Dodgers lose? What's happening? Did you get bored by Spiro? Like, why are you laying so?
GC, you just pulled the mic lower.
He's creeping lower and lower.
His leg is killing him, guys.
Thank
he has
you.
it up.
You need an ice
Billy
pack?
gets me. Yeah, my leg is hurting very much.
Roy's asking if you want an ice pack.
That'd be great, actually, if you got one. No, I thought Spiro was great. Dodgers against Mariners is my ideal World Series as long as you can guarantee me a Mariners win. Nobody outside of L.A. wants to see the Dodgers win again. Nobody except in Canada wants to see the Toronto Blue Jays win. Milwaukee is a popular Cinderella-type team, but nothing like Seattle with the dumper, big dumper. You got to have we're a Mariners nation right now. Okay, that is America's team, the Mariners. They have to beat the Dodgers because right now the World Series matchup is foregone.
I don't
Foregone?
think
Yeah,
you
it's a
can
foregone
you can't
conclusion.
do that in baseball. You can't do that. It's not like the Dodgers. You can't do that in baseball.
Yeah, you can. Thank you, Roy. Could I get a
Roy, that's kind of
Miller Lite
half-assed.
as
You
well?
can't just give him a.
Could I get a Miller Lite?
Yeah, you got to put a towel around that at least.
I mean, Roy, but you got to put it on
Miller
his knee,
Lite.
though.
I didn't think anybody heard me.
Oh.
That was good analysis, Greg.
Thank you. Mark my words.
Oh.
If it's not a Dodgers, I almost said
Mariners.
Seahawks,
Mariners. Yeah.
World Series, I will walk from here to Seattle.
Yeah.
But only if I get my knee
that
repaired. Only if I get my knee repaired.
How long would
Mariners
that
are
take?
like minus 650.
Greg.
All right, it's a bet.
And if not, Dan has to do it.
Yes.
Right. I
Or
mean,
no, if not, Dan has to buy you a white Camaro.
Yeah,
or
a white Corvette.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
right there for
Yeah.
you.
Where are we on that?
Where are we on the white Corvette?
You got to get me a VIN.
I'll do it. Vin Scully.
That kind of in.
Thank you.
Man, I'm beaming from Spiro.
Dude, he's so
That
he's
was
so
a thrill.
good.
That was a thrill. I can't believe you saw him years ago
In person, man.
at the
We-
Diplomat, and you didn't tell me.
Me and my brother were there, and we are like, dude, I think that's Spiro Didi's.
You don't-
And then he turned around, and we were like, oh my god,
Oh my God, it's Spiro Didi.
So we were like, we kind of gave him a thumbs up. Spiro, big fan. He's like, thanks, boys.
We should have. Let's have him on again and have Riali on. That'd be nice. A little class reunion
For Hofstra.
for Hofstra, as Dan likes to put it.
You're on one today.
Yeah, you
my
are.
fault. The thing that I wanted to ask Zaz, okay, because I've been asking Chris Cody for a couple of hours now to get me the sound of Billy ripping Europe. It's a Suey Award winner, and I wanted to get to some of Zaz's stories from Europe because I cannot think of anyone in our world more ill-equipped to appreciate the finer points in Europe, and we've got two Codys around here and a Billy, than Zaz.
I have that sound for you, and I will play it in a second. I want to update you, DL, that it would take approximately 60 days to walk from Miami to Seattle.
And just to be clear, that's the end of my bullpen outing. That was the full extent.
I want more music. Did you want to give us more baseball? I'll trade you a baseball 30 seconds for every bit of music you make that Billy deems worthy.
I'll do it in
that's never gonna
58
happen.
days.
I like
That's
that.
a guarantee.
Yeah, 58 days.
Yep.
Not 60.
I'm going to be race walking like an Olympian.
Mm-hmm. You are one.
I know. Thank you. I know that race walk thing. I can do that.
Yeah.
I think he's already forgot his Olympian joke.
No, I get it.
Your
I'm a limpy in. I'm a limp in.
Yeah.
Greg, why would you make the bet that if this happens, if the Toronto Blue Jays, who have been very good all season at offense, win 4 out of 5 games, that you will be walking across the country on your bad knee to Seattle? That's an asinine thing for you to say.
Or the Brewers, because I think he said that it's going to be the Dodgers and the Mariners, or he has to walk. So two different things could mess this up.
Yeah. No, they won't. That's my assuredness, my confidence that it's going to be an L.A. Seattle World Series. You know, it's in the stars. It's done. Okay? Bet it. Bank it.
Bet it, bank
book
it, mark your words, book
Yes.
it.
Bet it,
Thank
forget
you.
it.
That's right.
Go ahead and play the sound, please, of Billy ripping Europe so I could get Zaz's thoughts on Europe.
Europe sucks. I don't know if you're aware of this. Like, we keep saying, like, well, in Europe, this would happen. Europe is terrible, which is why all of us left Europe. That's why everybody's here in America, because everyone decided, you know what? Europe is terrible. Like, the English decided, the Spaniards decided, the Italians decided. Every single person came together
It's a
at
melting
one
pot.
point in time and said, you know what? We may not disagree on a lot of things, but we can all agree Europe sucks. Let's just jump on this boat and see where it takes us, because we can't be here anymore. Because Europe, again, terrible. No air conditioning. Everything is old, horrible. All they do is try to steal American culture and then tell you all of their old crap is so great. Europe, terrible. And it takes forever to get there. Forever to get there. If I'm boarding a plane for 8 hours, Europe better not be where I'm landing.
I'll tell you, you're pretty spot on there, Billy. All right. Now, I'm wearing this beret right now that I got from Paris. I got it right on the streets there a couple days ago because, you know, it looks good at me, Dan. But besides that, Europe, what's going on there that's not going on in Cooper City? Let me tell you a couple things that I noticed there. Number one, in order to watch any sports, and I don't understand, they only do soccer there apparently, like NBA, NFL, NHL. They're missing out on all the good things, all right? Their time zone sucks. It's not a good time zone. Getting there is terrible. But here's the thing. In order to just watch anything, because I did watch a little bit of football last weekend, Dan, I had to get a VPN You know what a VPN is?
I don't.
That's like the thing you put on your phone and it hides your location. So you could stream whatever you want, sports, like you normally do on your phone. How is that even legal? I don't know. Come at me, bro. What I did may have been illegal, but I had to order a VPN so that I could watch the sports
You
there.
don't have to order it. It's already built in your phone.
I feel like TC knows about VPN.
All right, like I
got
said,
a couple guys.
like I said, come at me, bro. I'm not scared, all right? Do what you got to do to watch sports while you're there. And here's the thing. All these tours, man. Multiple.
Whoa.
Billy.
Whoa.
Multiple.
Whoa.
What?
You said the F word.
No. He didn't say
He
it.
goes, fuck.
Yeah, you said
No, I didn't.
It sounded like it.
No, I didn't. All these tours, multiple 5-hour tours. I was going to say 5. That's what happened there.
Yeah.
Multiple 5-hour tours.
That
5-hour
sounds
tours.
terrible, Jay-Z.
5-hour tours.
Gilligan got lost on one of those.
And the
it was
walking.
3.
It's
Yeah.
too much walking. There's steps everywhere. What's with all the steps? Going up steps and down steps. Whatever happened to just flat land?
Europe
where I could
hates the
walk
cripples.
places. And you know how the floor, the concrete is? It's uneven, you know?
Cobblestone.
Can we put cobble? Nobody was ever walking on the street and said, you know what I'd love right now? Some cobblestone.
How about asphalt? Where'd
Who
that go?
cares? Who cares?
Can I ask you something? Have
Yeah,
they
go
ever
on.
heard of Benjamin Franklin? Because he invented electricity, as I understand it, and they have their own outlets over there. How about you respect the guy that invented electricity, Benjamin Franklin?
Right, I got to go buy all these different kinds of outlets. And because we went to London and to Paris, I got to get a London type of outlet and then a Paris type of outlet. What are we doing here? Give me one outlet that works everywhere. My God.
You know about that channel?
Nah, man, I never heard of that. Channel? The hell is that? Is that food? What is a channel?
Sounded like you said the F word, Zaz. It
I
did.
definitely did not.
FCC issue.
You said channel.
The telephone number, if you want to do boldest take with us, is 305-486-GOTS, 305-486-4689. Oh, the plane ride. I heard about this. So listen to this. We'll get to boldest take in a second. Zaslow on the plane gets creeped out, filled with anxiety by the movie Paul Rudd with Tim Robinson, Friendship. Makes Zaslow so uncomfortable. It's just total. It's comedy, and Tim Robinson is doing. He's got the new show on Max, the Chair Company, where like he's the hottest thing as the world's most awkward comedian.
I had never seen any of his stuff yet.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No. Like, I knew what I was getting into, but I had never seen any of his stuff.
Yeah, he's doing comedy differently than everyone else is doing it. But in this particular movie, why did it freak you out on the plane?
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this movie, Friendship. You know, I have like 40 hours to kill on this plane. So I put on the movie, and I got to tell you, from like a minute in, I didn't know if I was going to be able to watch the whole movie. Like, it gave me agita.
I'm with you.
I
I
had
thought it was just
anxiety right from the get-go. Now, I will tell you, I enjoyed the movie. I liked it a lot. But the entire movie, I had very I get secondhand embarrassment really easily, even if it's not something that's real in front of me. If I'm watching a TV show or a movie, like I want to run and hide. I don't know. I have a hard time handling it, and this movie was like peak for me. I had agita the entire movie.
So it gave you anxiety a little bit.
A lot of anxiety watching.
Well,
this
I have a
movie.
top 5 anxiety-inducing films.
Oh,
OLI, Whiplash. That movie is tense.
Can I ask you something about Whiplash? Is the teacher, played by J.K. Simmons, is he a good teacher or is he a bad teacher?
He's a bad teacher.
He is?
He's a bad teacher.
Got the best out of his student.
He hit the guy. You got fired.
He hit him.
Wow.
Really
Teacher's supposed to get the best out of your student?
But really abusively. He got it out of him like
Okay.
The
That's
reason
not my tempo.
Just a
I feel like
question.
I'm listening to Big Dog talk about Jonathan Gannon.
He hit him.
OLI. I just on that movie, I thought the whole reason for the anxiety is because they were basically G.K. Simmons was going for maximum abusive. That's why it made you anxious.
He was one of those single tear criers, you know.
J.K. Simmons, voice of the yellow peanut M&M.
That is right, Greg.
Good job, Craig.
That was
OLI.
That was a 3 Facts Jack on the Greg Cody Show recently.
Thank you.
Really?
OLI.
The other two.
Don't Breathe. Do you know what this movie is?
It's a horror movie. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's about,
Not
blind guy
breathing?
going, don't breathe around him. He can hear you. He's got really good hearing and also might inseminate you. Creepy. Last OLI, The Lighthouse.
Well, that's Willem Dafoe, right?
That's an OLI.
It's a Christmas rom-com.
It's awful. It's awful.
It's an awful
it'll
movie?
crawl around in your skin. No, it's a great movie, but only if you want to feel unpleasant. Like you have to be craving.
Who
feeling
wants to feel unpleasant? Who wakes up and says, "I want to feel unpleasant today"?
Some people. Dan, I've never seen the movie, but the synopsis is basically a pajuso lives in a lighthouse, right?
No, it's a Christmas rom-com. Number 5, Buried.
That's a good. That's a good one.
That's a good movie.
That one is great.
A lot of agita. Yep.
Number 4, Requiem for a Dream.
I'll never watch that movie again. The heroin arm, please.
They should rename that film The Heroin
They
Arm.
should. That is. Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Should Requiem for a Dream be renamed The Heroin Arm?
Number 3, Beau is Afraid.
That one was really good too.
This movie's about someone that suffers from anxiety, and it puts you in their shoes. Number 2, Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
That movie's just one big panic attack.
It is.
And number 1, The Coffee Table.
Still haven't seen The Coffee Table. Still afraid of The Coffee Table. Let me hear the Boost Mobile hot take line of love.
The Boost Mobile boldest take is presented by Boost Mobile, the newest 5G network in the country.
Want to see a 3-man cage match? Conan O'Brien, Pablo Torre, and Mark Cuban in one cage. Go.
Hey, Dan, keep the Carolina Panthers name out your f***ing mouth.
A 4-day work week is more exciting than a 3-day weekend. We need to start treating the uprights in football like the fair pole in baseball. If you clang it against the upright, good job. 3 points to you.
I always thought CVS stood for convenience store.
Cam Scatterboo and Jonathan Taylor should switch names.
Patrick Mahomes is to Mario as Josh Naylor is to Wario.
Is this just me, or is anyone else uncomfortable drinking soda after you guys shamed everybody with a soda drinker's body?
If I was trapped on an island with Pablo Torre, I'd swim.
This is my limited fake Dan Campbell.
Man.
Come on.
I like the Panthers observation. You pissed that guy off.
Coming up today on the Alley Oop in my brand new DLS Hoops jersey, we discuss the Aces dynasty and who's winning the NBA championship this year. Trista, what we got?
Why are you so fancy promoing the fact that Dan Le Batard himself sent you the jersey? I'm your new co-host. I can't get a damn thing. That's what my mind is stuck on, and I'm so pissed that I'm going to roast the hell out of my least favorite NBA player, and you'll find out if you tune in.
Lock in.